Hell yeah. We are back to this. And yeah, so hold on, let me make sure. Blue mic working. That looks like it's doing fine. We're not peeking or nothing. At least I don't think we are. That should be okay. Pretty sure. Go back to this. Alright. Controller in hand. It is now time. Cool. So I just picked up an egg from the daycare. I have got the other 5. So we have 21 eggs in our possession. But before we do all that other stuff, we have one thing we have to do. After I closed my door, I forgot that the wife is working right now. I should probably have done that. Alright, we're good now. Oh yeah, and I gotta turn this light on. So unprofessional. Hell yeah, Mills. But yeah, we gotta start by doing an evolution today. And I do love these colors, the black and blue for Togepi's shell. I wish I would have kept that. Hell yeah, dude. Breaks. Wednesday, 5 p.m. Mario. Dude, okay, so I will have to make sure I actually add that to an alarm because I will sillily forget that. Us, Kaywood, Starfruit, and Mills. Dude, I think because it's Wednesday, 5? We could probably do like a 20, what were you guys thinking, how many rounds, 20, 30? Because I know we ain't going to be able to do 50. I think 30 would be pushing it, but starting at 5, we could do that for a hot minute. And hell yeah. We start this day off with an evolution. We can all join a Discord. Yeah, I know you have that one in yours. I would just need permissions in order to join it. Dude, check it. Togepi gets so freaking tall when it's Togetic. Look at it. It looks like it's made out of caramel and blueberry. Hell yeah. I actually really like the way its colors look in this. It's kind of a bummer that they made it look so kind of like boring later on. But hell yeah, look at that. We got us Paradise the Togetic now. I think those are solid stats. I can't argue with that. It is so nice. But now we have to try to get our we gotta try to get the Gator now. Because we gotta do Totodile, and then after we get Totodile, then we'll have to get Bellsprout. Smash that like button, dude. Hells to the yeah. And now we gotta get our Gator boy. Gator, yeah. Or Gator girl. I don't know which one it'll actually be. I don't think it matters with its gender here. Because I think the defense stat is going to be from the Ditto. So it's not like it matters what Totodiles are going to be. Because I know the way DVs and stuff work is I think it like it takes from the opposite parent what it's going to be. So like if we had like like a female that had the DV that we wanted, then that means the shiny we would have has to be female. I don't think it would be possible to have the male be it, or it would be a random chance if we had it be the male. I think if I have that right. If I have it wrong, then somebody can angrily write down how I'm wrong. Dude, yes, well, no, it's not my favorite. Well, it's not my favorite. My favorite is a tie between like Hailfire and Grunty's Industries Inside. Those are my like 2. I think those have to be it. And that's out of the whole series. I like those so much. I don't know, and I think when it comes to Banjo-Kazooie, I think my favorite song in that game, it might actually just have to be Grunty's Lair. Which I know sounds like super simple, but I really like it. I thought it was like super well done. And it might also be just because you have to hear it so much when you play that game that maybe it's like a Stockholm Syndrome kind of thing where you just like, I guess I love it now. I have to hear it so much. I guess this is fine. Dude, Tui is so good. You absolutely should be doing that. Absolutely would love to see some Tui action. Abra, I don't think I can knock you out right now. Phone, why do you want to make me have to do that? Dude, I still love that you do the DVD bouncing thing. Definitely not gonna start a new game though. Am I faster than Abra? I was gonna say, I don't think I'm faster than Abra. I do love Togetic's colors. It's so nice. But it's also because I like that yellow color. Super fan of it. What's going on, Smash? Hell yeah. Save that for later on. Hell yeah, dude. But yeah, I like that Togetic looks like caramel. Caramel? I don't know, how do y'all, do y'all, I know some people who say, I've had more people where they're like, I call it caramel. And then I'm like, but it's weird, like, in my daily life, though, I think I've heard caramel used more. So it's weird how I get, like, when I ask people, it's always caramel. But when I hear it, I'm not asking about it, I hear caramel. So weird. Yeah, I recognize Smash Hero. We're just trying to get our Florida boy right now, which sadly, when it comes to trying to get this, I'm pretty sure the starters have a very high, they have a very high hatch step requirement, which is hella lame, but I gotta work with it. Also, I'm wearing my Omega Rubier shirt. I don't know if anybody can notice it. Actually, I'll stand up for it too. Caramel. See, there's one caramel. But yeah, I'm wearing my Terminal Montage shirt. I freaking love it so much. Savagery. It was a Savagery Inbound is what it says at the bottom. But hell yeah, dude, I love this shirt. I was so bummed out when he continued Omega Rubier, and it just kind of got like weird. Like I think part 3 I think is when the last really good one was, and that was by Matty Burrito. Dude, it's so good. It was so good. I mean, I gotta rewatch those. They're fun. Love how I think he calls Shedinja Jeb Bush, and I don't know what the logic is behind it, but I love it because it just doesn't fit. But yeah, caramel. I've always heard caramel. I gotta look and see how it's spelled though. Like, am I weird? Omega Rubier has such a godlike animation. The one frame Easter, dude. I remember taking snapshots of it just so I could see what they said, and I was just like, and I just remember I had it, and I was like, well, now I have these in my now I have these on my thing. We're gonna just get rid of that, and we're gonna go and check the cloud, and we're gonna get rid of that. I think the one time I did it, and then it's one of the few times from I had somebody who wanted to look over and see what I was doing, and they're just like, and I'm like, shut up, I was doing a thing. It's like potato, either works. Yeah. I mean, I'm not one of those people who's like, you don't say it right, what the hell? Because I know people who are like that, where they're just like, dude, just don't say it like that. And it's like, why? It's not hurting anybody saying it that way. But dude, just some people do not like it if you say something differently than what they're used to. They do not like it. Also, I'm pretty sure when we hatch some of these eggs, it's gonna be like bam, 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 bam. They should all hatch pretty close to each other. I keep walking in the grass, and I don't want to walk in the grass. Doesn't matter to me how you say it. I still understand you. Yeah, pretty much. Well, I mean, yeah, unless, you know what? Unless somebody try to pronounce it Caramel, then we might have a problem. Or Caramel, then we'll have a problem, because that's just wrong. Dare I say, might even consider it inappropriate. That just no. Wrong pronunciation of C. Hell yeah. Yeah, that one, you're just like, no, we are not doing that. Dude, I fucking love this music. And yeah, we're using this music mostly because I don't think we need to hear, the Goldenrod and then just the Route 34 music. Just back and forthing, so I'm doing this stuff just because it's a little bit more fun to listen to. And gives us some variety. But if we get both today, if we get both shinies today, and it's not too late in the day, I'm going to continue, with the game. But today, the goal is going to be to get our other 2 members, because I want to continue But I did, I'm saying this is going to be a Pokemon Crystal Shiny team, and having a regular Bellsprout and a regular Totodile, that ain't gonna fly. We can't do that. So we're gonna get our Totodile, and the reason I did not reset for the reason I did not reset for Totodile was because I kind of thought that was gonna take a little too long, and as much as I would have loved to have started with it, I didn't really think it was gonna necessarily be in our best interest to do that, and also because of just how dedicated I am to the cause of playing this game. I think I have it here. Yeah, so on Sunday, I actually, since I knew Togepi was going to be friendly enough, I did actually take Togepi to the 5th floor in Mart, and we got us a TM, or the TM for return. And I'm going to try to do that every Sunday, because I do want to, at least while I have this save file and whatnot, I want to try to farm returns as much as I can, because I think that is a very, 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 very useful move, and it'll especially be useful on Togetic. But for now, I'm going to still rock a Headbutt, because I think Headbutt might be a little bit more useful for a bit, just for the flinch chances. But once we really start having the requirement for power, we're going to switch to return. But for now, I'm gonna settle with what we got. I think that makes sense to me. Do 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 do. Music is so freaking good, dude. And speaking of pronunciations and sometimes in grinding gears and stuff, listening to people just pronounce certain Pokemon's names, that I just remember being why are you even calling it that? That sounds like it's the neighbor on his bike. I don't know if you guys heard it, but he's got him one of them motorcycles, and he is definitely making his presence known. He's a nice old guy though. No reason to try to give him any crap though. He's a nice fella, lives by himself, and not in a van down by the river. Also, just saying that reminded me, my wife so there's a documentary that's getting ready to come out that talks about John Candy. I think it's called I Like Me. And I just realized that my wife was talking about that, and she referred to him as the guy who did the whole live in a van down by the river, and those are not the same people. I'm gonna have now my gears are grinding right now. Son of a gun. I'm thinking about that now. Damn it, Hunt. They are not the same people. Chris Farley was down by a river. The other guy's John Candy. Gosh dang it. Now I'm thinking about that. Honestly, sometimes I ignore the way people mispronounce certain Pokemon because sometimes they do it intentionally to bait a reaction. Yeah, definitely. Suicune is one where I hear people still call it Suicune, and I'm like, what? I was like, who the fuck? Who calls it that? And he was like, that's what it's called. It's called Suicune. And I'm like, in no world is it called Suicune. It is Suicune, how dare you? And they're like, well, that's how I pronounce it. It's Suicune. And I'm like, well, you're wrong. No, not at all. No. And it just, that bothers me, where to the point where I'm like, please stop calling it by name. Just call it it. And they're like, but it's Suicune. And I'm like, it's Suicune, my guy. Although, I will say, I will not pronounce Ferrothorn's name the way that apparently it's supposed to be pronounced, which is Ferrothorn. I don't like that. I like Ferrothorn. That sounds better, but Ferrothorn? No. Ferrothorn sounds I like that a little bit better. The way it comes out is better. Ferrothorn, get out of here. If anybody actually calls that, though, I mean, good for them. They're allowed to, but I don't like it. I think you're wrong. I'm trying to think of I always call Pokemon by the way I've heard in the Battle Simulator games, dude. So when I played Battle Revolution, there's 1 or 2 mons when they pronounce their name, I was like, I know that's probably the right way to say it because I mean it's all official and stuff, but I've heard some names in Battle Revolution when I play Which I gotta play more of that. I haven't done it in a while, but I wanted to. I wanted to have some new mons to use before I played more Battle Revolution, but I can't think of any that like come to the top of my head right now. But I know they've definitely had like some pronunciations where I'm like, is that really how it goes? Okay. I really hope we get Totodile today, though. I want to get Totodile today. Though it's pick and choose for the most part, I guess just say the way you think it feels right. Yeah. At the end, well, that and also, I mean, can't control what somebody's calling it when, you know, when they're in the privacy of their own home. They can call whatever they want. And I don't think you have, like, your stats aren't going to really be great, right? 12 to, ew, gross. Special is bad. The one that always gets me is the way the announcers say it. Oh, yeah, seismic toss. I'm always just like, seismic toss? Oh, yeah, I wanted to pull out an egg since we don't have egg. We are going to have consistency with our hatches today. Gosh, flapjacks, damn it. Alright, we're going to have all the hatches today. Yeah, I don't like seismic toss either. That just bothers me. I'm just like, seismic toss? Which is weird because they even say seismic toss in the anime. They've called it that. And they've had to say it a lot because that's what Ash's Charm or Charizard does all the time. Which I still love how they're like, in the show, they made seismic toss look so freaking phenomenal. But then when you actually use it, I'm like, it's not that great. I don't know why I'm trying to eat ice cubes now. It's a horrible time to try to eat ice cubes right now when you're supposed to be chatting about shenanigans and bitching about pronunciations of Pokemon names. Because that's what we're here for. We're here to bitch about stuff. No, not really though. We're here to hatch. We're here to hatch Florida Boy Gators. Or at least that's what the one guy chat with. That's what he keeps calling. He's like, yeah, Florida Boy Totodile, and I'm like, or Florida. I think he says Florida Gator. Battle Revolution is the reason why I say Arceus. Okay, because I know there's people who call it Arceus. I think I call it Arceus too. Well, of course I call it Arceus, but yeah, I remember hearing Arceus, and I'm like, I think the show calls it Arceus. I don't know. That's like one where I think it's just like whatever the flavor of the month is how I pronounce it. Because I think I can recall myself calling it Arceus, but then I know I've said Arceus before too. Oh yeah, and we can deposit an egg, and we can pick up the old man's egg. Deposit. Are your stats worth it? Nope. Oh, your freaking attack is bad too. Ew. I don't like it. Dude, and that's, I've never had Arceus in those games because I never had Arceus in Platinum. I don't know if there's a way for me to get one now, unless, do they have like I don't know if they have like the whole like how you can do the mystery gift thing with Gen 5, where you change your DNS code or your DNS number to be certain ones, and then you're able to get the events that way, though they're random. I don't know if that's a thing when it comes to it. Music is a bop. Feels like summertime. Dude, and summertime's about to end too. Arceus. Okay, it is. Yeah, I thought so. Dang it. The regular color Totodile. You fix yourself. Be better. You can get the Azure Flute and Platinum, but you gotta hack it in. I probably will try doing that at some point in the future. Because I do want Arceus. The only downside also is that when you get it though, it let me actually see. Are you coming with any fancy moves? No, just scratching there like normal. 11, 12, 12, 12. Okay. Gross, I don't like you. You're no fun. Can I hack it in though? Like, it's a slight bummer to try to have to do that, but if that's the only way, then it must be done. This deposit. I didn't mean to deposit. I meant to freaking. Hold on a second. I didn't mean to keep you. Get out of here, Totodile. We don't want you. Do you want this egg, though? I was gonna say, I think I got a full party now. Cool. And now we continue. We're gonna get our shiny boys. There is technically an official way to get the Azure Flute and BDSP. I have a complete... I do have... I had that, I think. I think I had that. I remember... I think I actually... I think originally I was going to try to, like, reset for Shaman. But then I got tired of waiting. Or trying to doing it. Because, like, I want Shiny Shaman. But, like, doing that whole reset method for it, I got so tired of doing it. So I think I just ended up just catching the Shaman when I could, and I was like, I'm just gonna go for natures and decent IVs now. I think whether Shaman is shiny or not, I think I can live without that. There's other Pokemon that I think I treasure or I cherish being shiny more, and I also really can't complain too much because my first encounter for Regigigas was shiny, and I was super happy about that, and I was like, I'm content with this. I can't even be upset. So like I think that was all the shiny luck that I needed. And I remember we were at our other house, and I remember getting it like too, because like I mean my wife's in the kitchen doing something and I'm just playing the game, and I mean like I saved in front of it, just started playing, and you know just was like, okay, we're gonna get the Regigigas. Like my first question was, I wonder if they're gonna have it be like level 70 like usual, or are they gonna do like the platinum thing and make it level 1, which I knew I didn't. And like as I'm thinking of that, like it just shows up and I see the purple and I was just like, what, and then the shine happened and I went, oh shit, oh, and I like ran over to her and I was like, Jess, come here, Jess, look, come here. And she was like, what is it? And I was like, look at it. She was like, I don't get it, what? And I was like, it's shiny. And she went, oh, that's awesome. And I was like, yes, and it's my favorite legendary, so this is freaking sweet. So yeah, yes, dude, more egg hatching. We need Totodile today. We need our Florida Gator. We gots to, because it wouldn't be a shiny team if the Totodile stayed normal. And hell yeah, we got Renegade and Smash and a couple of lurkers. It's a good freaking day. Totodile, you're supposed to shine for us, so then we can start on Bellsprout, because we gotta get Bellsprout too. Oh, and I have to change. I gotta change Togepi's picture too. Because Togepi is not supposed to be, oh no. We're gonna have to change that up a bit. Oh man, am I really gonna have to, like, find it myself? Oh, shucks. Well, that's probably going to be a bummer. I'm going to have to try to find a shiny Togetic PNG for that. Charizard is going to have the purple. Yes, it is. It's not going to have the cool black that we're all used to, and for many have fallen in love with. It's going to have that neat purplish color. Dude, my weekend was actually pretty solid. This next weekend's gonna be a little bit nicer. I gave myself a 3-day weekend since Friday is gonna be, Monday's my birthday, so I was like, you know what? I'm gonna give myself an extra day off. Why not? I don't know what Monday's gonna be though. I don't know if I want, like, to just get, like, to party hard on, like, Saturday, or Friday and Saturday, and then maybe a little bit of Sunday and use Monday as, like, a recovery thing. The blue on him looks great. Dude, it does. Like, look. Hold on. No, wait, no. Like, Renegade, if you haven't seen it. No, not this. Look at this shiny Togetic. Look how pretty it looks. It is so nice. But you know you're like, the blue looks good on it. Like, no, the blue looks really good on this thing. I love it. But yeah, I'm gonna have to find that. Aside from the heat, mine was great. Dude, the weather got better here. It's not perfect, But we've had days. So far we are no longer having days that are gonna be in the 80s. Like, dude, the nights are cold again, and the days are like nice and warm, but they're not hot anymore. Oh wait, we have a hatched Totodile. That's right. So let's go get a new egg from the thingamajig. We're gonna deposit, but let's check out your stats for. If you party hard on Saturday, it gives you 2 days extra to recover. Pretty much, that's how I'm thinking. Like I said, I'm not entirely sure what I want to do. Oh wait, no, I do want to withdraw. Withdraw egg. Oh, shiny. Oh, hold on a second. Dude, I was playing Violet, training up some pokes, and found a shiny Psyduck. Oh, hell yeah, dude. My first shiny I found in Gen 5 was a Golduck. A little disappointed in its color, but a shiny is a shiny, though. So I was very happy to have acquired it. Finally started the first Hollow Knight because it's been on my backlog forever. And now you have a reason to play it since now there's a sequel. That's one that I kind of wanted to play, but... So, like, for me, when you end up getting a game that has a fan base that gets a little bit too, like, fanatical about it, for me, it kind of deters me from games. Like the problem is like, I saw way too much praise. And, like, people couldn't even, like, give you a good reason for it. They're just like, it's great, you just have to play it. And I'm like, okay, but, like, why was it good? And people would just be like, it's great, you just have to play it. And I'm like, that's not... No, you have to tell me why. Oh, is it frozen? Son of a biscuit. Let's do... So that's this. Activates. There we go. Thank you for that, Kakarot, thank you for that. Oh yeah, okay, yeah, literally everybody was telling me, my camera's frozen. Are we good though? Okay, yeah, we're back now. I don't know why it's doing that all of a sudden. I don't know, like, did I accidentally get, like, too close to it or something? That is not the first time that camera has done that. Unless I gotta start, like, unplugging it more. I think that's the only other thing I can do. HK is a good game, but I still prefer playing a Metroid game. I don't really know if I want to... Like, I can't even compare those two because I still need to play a Metroid game properly. I've played maybe, like, 5 to 7 minutes of a Metroid game. Other than Dread and Samus Returns. I did play Samus Returns for probably, like, 2 or 3 hours and then stopped. And then I played, like, an hour or so, maybe 2 of Metroid Dread, but I think I needed more people to actually want to, like who could... I think I wanted people with me when I played that game, because, like, for me, it's like, that game was nice, but I think having people who enjoy it more, and being there, and, like, being able to share the enthusiasm with that kind of game, I think I really wanted that. So, like, I'll probably end up trying one of the Metroids this year, or, you know, in October. Do I have a Totodile hatch now? Okay, I don't. Like, I want to end up doing that. I was going to tell you it was frozen, but I decided to let it go. Maybe next time Renegade will be a bro and let me know about that stuff. But also, if you get it where, like, enough people say something, it's like, alright, I don't think you need to hear it for, like, the 7th time. But I do appreciate y'all letting me know about that. And hey, it's been 30 minutes and we had a camera fix. Do we want to leave a like for that? That'd be super cool if y'all did that. But you ain't got to, though. For the lulz. I was also really sad, too. I really wanted to have... I wanted Onyx to actually hatch in Goldenrod. Because it retains the information about where the Mons were hatched from. And I would have loved to have had a shiny Steelix that was hatched in Goldenrod. Because Steelix is gold. It would have been perfect. Did not one really... Didn't... No. Hold on. Oh, you know what? I had to read that 3 times, but I got you. I got you. Yeah. I was gonna tell you it was frozen, but I decided to let it go. That hopefully actually hearing it out loud maybe made it more understand. I had to read it like 2 or 3 times, but then once I actually got it, I'm just like, oh, dude actually got me with it. I remember that was like a thing people in Zootopia, I think everybody was like, oh, he made a reference to the Frozen. When the guys, he's telling, when he's telling her to, just let it go. Like the way they said it, everybody was like, Frozen reference. It's like, that statement also just works, in context, right? Oh, yeah, dude, like that's for me. I'm just like, yep, there, okay, there it is. Now I see it. Now I see it. Jeez. Renegade, I hope you are proud of yourself for that, because you totally should be. Man, but yeah, no, that first time, definitely for the first time. I had to read that like 2 or 3 more times. Dun 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 dun. Not shiny. No, we're not gonna give it a nickname. It's not the one I wanted. My jokes are too complicated sometimes. Oh no, it wasn't even like the fact of it being like too complicated. I think I couldn't let my brain split into 2 so I could like fully understand that one. 100% on me for not getting it. And now we get another egg. My typing, however, needs practice. Dude, I feel like there's times where I'm like really good with typing, and then there's other times with typing where I'm just like, I'm bad at this. I'm just no bueno. How many eggs have I hatched so far? Probably like 5 or 6. I know, I keep forgetting to have to do a counter. I'm always forgetting to do the counter. I'm always forgetting it. And I don't like it. Oh yeah, and I gotta change, I remember too, I have to change, Charmander, because Charmander's not a Charmander anymore. Charmanders are Charmeleon. I'll have to adjust that too. But yeah, I think we've hatched like 5 or 6 eggs so far. I was going to say we can use how many are left in the box or the PC for that, but I've been doing a hybrid of pulling from the PC and pulling from the old man. Probably sometimes my phone thinks it knows what I want to say, adds word. Dude, freaking yes. It does that like all the time for mine. Like even in Millstream when I was trying to type in people, it changed it to problem. And I'm like, no, not problem, people. And then you have to correct it, and then when you correct it, you have to like double check your typing to make sure it didn't re-correct. And I'm like, no, stop, shit, people, not problem. Which is why damn you autocorrect does exist, because wow, is that a problem? And not a people, it's a problem. But yeah, no, dude, it absolutely irks the shit out of me when that happens, though. So badly. Everybody loves this music. I don't know anybody who would not like this. Dude, and this is also like, I was talking with somebody else before about it, wanting to do like drunk driving Mario Kart. And if I do it, it'll definitely be with Mario Kart 64. That is something that I want to do in the near future. And I think I kind of want to wait for fall for that. And I don't know why, but it feels more appropriate to do it then. I think it's also because the stuff I'll be drinking is going to be smoked maple, and that just sounds appropriate for fall weather. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle for tail whip, but we don't want to fight you. We wanted to run. Cool. I'll call back to the story I've shared in other streams. One time I texted my manager that our photo booth was broken. My phone corrected it to photo. Our photo booty's broken. If you could do me a favor and just reread what you sent me and let me know if I can help you with the photo booth. And just be like, oh. No, the photo booty's fine. Booth is jacked up. Photo booty. Good times. Dude, I don't think I've had like too much of an issue with like Autocrux never done anything like that for me. Although I will say, usually the way that autocorrecting works nowadays is it tries to correct based off of what you usually type. So if it corrected it to booty, that's telling us something, Renegade. He texted back, does it have a crack in it? You know what? That manager knew what was up. That's a good-ass manager. Good-ass manager. Photo booty. Oh, this has been a good day so far. Great. Oh, man, dude. I also, it's weird, like, I didn't have, like, I don't know what, like, it's, like, thinking about it, too, just, like, the fact that, like, when I was in high school, I did not have a job at all when I was in high school. And a part of me wonders, like, if I really missed out on anything with that, without that experience. Because, like, sometimes you get people who are like, no, you really didn't. Like, I would have loved to have not had to work in high school. And then there are other people who are like, working in high school is good for you. Everybody probably should do it, but not necessarily bad that you didn't do it. Or autocorrect is a jerk on purpose. You think your personal FBI man is just changing your stuff out for goofs and gaffs? 12, 10, 10, 10, and still don't need you. You're not my shiny boy. We need shiny boy. We need our little boy light blue. Not just little boy blue. Dude, I still can't think of like what like my worst autocorrect has been, because I don't think it's, like I said, it's never been crazy. It always just like corrects a regular word with like a regular word. Nothing like nothing embarrassing. Maybe if they think like me. True. You think that's what happens after a while is your FBI man ends up like kind of taking on your personality. Like, kind of like how if you hang out with a coworker for so long that has like certain mannerisms and you pick it up and you bring it home with you, and like somebody's just like, you never said that kind of stuff before. Why are you saying it now? And it's like, I've been hanging around this person for too long. FBI man just goes home and the wife's just like, I don't like what you're saying. It's like, I need to try to switch with somebody else. My guy's getting weird. I should probably switch. I worked during my last 2 years of high school. It's experience, but feel like it's not super necessary. Well, especially because the jobs that you can only really get in high school, like, they're helpful. But, I mean, also depending on how things go, too, you can actually kind of get stuck doing it. Especially if you get, like, too cozy with that job and they were like, well, we'll keep you for as long as you stay, especially if you're good. And then you end up and you're like, oh shit, I'm like 28 years old and I'm still doing this. I don't know if I like that. Like, that was something that I was, I don't know if I would have ever known getting stuck with something like that. But I also knew that, like, I was not going to be a college guy. I already hated school. Why the hell would I go to college? My FBI guy, ugh, honey, this guy is so annoying. I need you to give me some booth. I get it. And then she's like, what? And he's like, damn it. Nothing, I'm going to sleep. Delicious water. Good stuff. I need some booth. Bring it. Dude, and I always love that, like, with stand-up, the referential jokes. Also, we did just hatch a Totodile, right? Oh, no. We already put the Totodile away. Dude, that... I always love, too, like... I wonder if they, like, if they, like, they see those, like, the, you know, the memes and stuff where it's, like, FBI guy, don't fucking move thing, when, you know, depending on, like, what you type and stuff. I would love if, like, if there are, like, actual, like, FBI agents who see that stuff and they're like, man, I'm so glad everybody treats that like a joke because, oh boy, if they only actually knew. But, I mean, I think everybody also does know that it's not like they're literally listening to everybody. But you have to definitely say, like, key phrases enough times to where then they're just like, alright, now we're actually watching you. Like, it was funny, but now it's like, now they're actually watching you. Luckily, I've never had to really worry about that kind of stuff. But I know there's always that like joke too, where like you have people who do like the essay videos or whatever, and they're talking about like actual things, and they're like, guys, I had to type some things in Google that I definitely wish I did not have to, and I'm pretty sure I'm on a list now. Like, that's actually a real thing. True, because most jobs that hire high schoolers aren't going to be fulfilling anyways. My first job was stocking shelves at Albertsons my junior year. At least I know the best can's always in the really? Oh. Huh. I remember, like, for me, like, when I was in boot camp, that was, like, one of the things they asked. They were, like, because, like, when you're there, like, that first week, like, they try to kind of figure out, they're like, who worked when they were in high school? And you get a couple of hands that go up, and they were like, who stacked shelves at a grocery store? And, like, you get some hands that stay up, and they're like, great. Gina, I will absolutely be your practice part. Take it easy on you. No. Like, Gina, I'm sending you to the I'm gonna use Togepi. We're sending you to the Shadow Realm. You will regret calling me and asking me for a battle. I had a fast food job, Renegade. It was cheeks, but at least I was making my own money. See, like, that was always, like, my thing is, like, I kind of would have liked that, but I think I appreciated just, I don't know, there wasn't, like, the most I would do is I would maybe do, like, an odd job or something, like somebody needed, something done. And I would just kind of do it, but I never had like a job where it was like, here's a paycheck. By the way, you're going to discover what taxes are. And you're going to see your money not be what you thought it was. But yeah, like that. Yeah, you got you're not going to have crazy high levels. I think you'll still have Bulbasaur too. Headbutt. The cans in the back are usually dented because the other stuff that lay on them, the front cans, get touched by everyone else. Oh. All the free food you want. Dude, I heard it's either free or it's like, you pay like 10 cents for, for something. That's how I've always heard. Like, for, like, what you pay, like, $9, $10 for a meal, somebody else will get it, like, with their work discount, and they'll pay, like, 75 cents for it. Because, dude, I've heard, like, some places, if you try to, like, take food, like, the stuff that they're supposed to, like, get rid of, whatever, like, places have been putting up cameras so that, like, employees don't take the food anymore. Which, apparently, that was, like, one of, like, the biggest, like, things that people loved about, working back in the day was like, yeah, if they had stuff that was like past the time you were allowed to sell it, we just ate it. And then now they're like, no, we literally have cameras to make sure you guys don't eat it anymore. But it's like, why? Why would you do this to us? Also, like, I was gonna say a part of me wishes I had Peck, but literally Peck is actually so weak. Headbutt makes more sense to use. Oh no, I just can't win. Plus all the free food you want. Stoners, not stones. Where did you write stones at? I don't know where I saw stones at. Oh well. Oh, well. Also, did we hatch a Totodile? No, we still have all eggs. Okay. All eggs. Not for the first year? Okay. Okay. Poof. Dang it. Totodile. You're the wrong kind of blue. What's that kind of blue? So, the kind of blue we're looking for is going to be that. That's the Totodile we're looking for. There on the bottom left, in between Chikorita and Charmander, that's what we're looking for. We're looking for that teal boy. Right now we don't have it, so off the screen you go. Not until we actually have you. But yes, I will have to definitely change the, I'm going to have to change up some of those images. What are your stats, though? Come on, yeah, gross. Bye, Totodile. And then we will withdraw an egg. So yeah, I know by the end of this, we'll probably have hatched well over 30 eggs. Because what time is it? Oh, it's only 6:45. I can still do this for like almost another hour and a half or 2 hours. We should get Totodile today. Of course I say that, but I mean, what? Togepi took like 3 days worth of getting it. Onyx took like 3 days or so of getting it. I'm super picky when it comes to shiny colors. Not all of them hit the same. Yeah, I mean, like I said, like Togetic is nice, but it's because I like the yellow, like the caramel color that it uses, or caramel color, whatever you want to call it. But then, like in future games, it's not as noticeable. And I also prefer, like if you look at this one, I prefer like the blue and black, because like later on the colors end up just being like it's the blue and red still, but they just like they swap them around, and I thought that was super lame. Maybe if I write like this, it'll show up. Why do you think so many body weight positive people and stoners work at fast food? I mean, yeah, we had a oh yeah, no, I know a lot of people who like that. That was definitely like the case for them. Shiny Ghastly's my favorite Haunter and Gengar. Dude, Gengar was so disappointing as a shiny, but then they gave it a Mega, and the Mega looked really freaking nice. I liked that at least. They kind of fixed it, and everybody gets to see shiny Mega Gengar again, unless they, for some reason, don't bring Gengar in. Actually, you know what? I wonder if it's going to still be in without its without abilities. I wonder if it'll still be useful. My guess is yeah. At least shiny Mega Gengar looks cool. Yeah, like, dude, for sure. I just wonder if it'll, like, if one, they'll bring it back, but then also, too, like, will it still be viable? Okay, we still just have all eggs. White Mega Gengar looks like an actual ghost. Well, and I like the pink that they used for it. Like, for some reason, it kind of fits it. Like, I mean, like, if they would have used gray, would it have looked nice? If they would have used, like, purple, would it have looked nice? Like, for some reason, they used pink, and it worked. I have the hiccups right now, and I don't know why. It's going to hit hard, so I would hope so. Yeah, did it retain its speed? Because I know it's just got those little tiny feet, so I don't know if it's speed retained. I haven't, like, really thought about Mega Gengar in years, so I don't remember. Like, is it one of those Megas where, like, you know, like, its stats got rearranged a bit in some spots and it, like, actually got worse? Yeah, I remember. I'd have to look it up. I'd have to look it up myself. But I'm not going to do that right now. I don't want to. I'll, like, move that. There we go. Base 130 speed, golly, 130 speed. Gee willikers. 170 special attack, like a truck. And Shadow Tag. Well, yeah. So, and no, there's no abilities in Legend ZA, so we will not have Shadow Tag. I know, like, dude, like that's the thing that people were really scared about was gonna be Shadow Tag Chandelure. Yeah. Oh yeah. No, without the ability, like Wobbuffet's kind of cake. Like it's easy peasy. Well, and that's like I mean the fact that like what makes Dugtrio also like super scary is Arena Trap, because you just have the wrong thing out and it's like, oh, you're stuck. And now I can do whatever I want. 130 speed, then yeah, go faster. Base Conquer has 110. Yeah, that's quicker. For sure, quicker. I'm trying to remember what the set was back. Oh, I guess now though, like you're probably still gonna see Sludge Wave on it a lot, especially with like how the battles are gonna work out in ZA. Like you're gonna see Sludge Wave a lot again. Trapping moves abilities are just really good overall. Dude, you almost never see anybody using like Whirlpool or Sand Tomb. Like conceptually, they should be great. Like it really adds an extra layer of control. But for some reason, you don't really get people who use it. Still waiting on Pure Power Speed Boost Mega Slacking. Dude, maybe someday. Slacking is my favorite Pokemon ever. If you guys couldn't tell by what my my at was. I freaking love Slacking. Do you like how Ghosts are immune to trapping though? Is it immune to trapping or are they just immune to Shadow Tag? I thought it was immunity to Shadow Tag. Let me say. Gross. No, want the Totodile. I actually need to check real quick. I put Totodile in, or Crocodile in at level 21 or 22. Oh. Gramps was looking for you. Gramps, I'm smelling... Oh, no. Crocodile. It's friendly with Ditto. Gramps, I'm smelling you later. Favorite Pokemon is Nidoking? I think we've talked about... Oh, yeah, no, we did talk about that, because you were the one who was like, you should use Nidoking. And then I was like, I don't think... And then I was like, wait a minute. It can learn... So we had, in Gen 1, we have a Amnesia Nidoking. And it actually put in a little bit of work. Huh, back already? Your Ditto needs a little bit more time with us. No... Dude, that Ditto is level 100 because of all the breeding that it did for this team. Yeah, what's Crocodile looking like? It's grown by 16, 30... So it's either 37 or 38? I don't... Let me see. Crocodile at 37 or 38. Are there moves that I would want it to have? Crocodile, Gen 2. What are you looking like? 37... But have Slash. But Slash is not an egg move. But if I, for some reason, if I did not have, if we do not have the shiny Totodile by the time Crocodile is level 55, I will actually withdraw Crocodile and put it back in. Because by 55, it will have Hydro Pump. And Hydro Pump being an egg move, that it will get passed down to Totodile if we did that. Nidoking is dope. Your favorite is Tyranitar. Dude, Tyranitar, if I was able to transfer my Reptar over to this game, I could have been trying to breed what I could have done is I could have bred for a male Totodile, still use the Ditto, if I would have just used another Ditto, bred Totodile to be get a female Totodile, bring over my Reptar, which is what I named my Tyranitar, and then if I could have had Rock Slide and Crunch on the Feraligatr. But sadly I can't do that right now. So what I'm gonna really hope that like the Totodile we get is a female. If not, I'll just have to try to get a really decent female, and then have to go. I don't have a Totodile out, right? Yeah, we're just eggs. Yeah, dude, Rock Slide and Crunch Totodile would have been the shit. And I know that was like Mr. Rye was complaining about that the whole time with his Totodile, because he's like, so when do we get Crunch? Like, when is that happening? And then everybody was like, Crunch is not a level up move for that in this game, my guy. And he was just like, what? Oh, this is garbage. He's like, this game sucks. But it's like, yeah, no, it never did that. Scizor is also great. Dude, Scizor is great. Dude, I actually had to fight myself to not want to use Scyther for this run. But the only reason I didn't do it was because we already have Steelix. And I was not changing my mind on Steelix. Actually, over Scizor, what I was going to actually try to use is Pineco. I was going to use Pineco first and foremost. It got better every gen. Technician, Bullet Punch, Terra Steel, Scizor is so powerful. Dude, it hits like a truck with a 40 base power move. It is able to just send you to Venus, man. It's pretty gnarly. This song comes from the Green Man game. I know all about that. The Green Man game. Hell yeah. When I was a kid, it took me a while to understand the concept of egg moves. English is my second language, so I didn't understand certain words like inherit. Oh, dude, when I actually, so the way that I got my my first Switch was when I was in Japan, and the way that I got it was because I literally was just taking my phone, and I was just like looking around because everybody went to some weird like clothing store that I didn't care about, so I'm just going around and I'm just like looking at everything and doing like the Google Translate and stuff, and then I see like a picture of like the Japanese box art for Breath of the Wild, and underneath it was like two little plastic like shelves or whatever that was holding pieces of paper, and there was only one of each paper left, and it just said, you know, it said like Switch, take one. That was like the words that were, and then the other one was like, Breath of Wild or something. Take one, and I was just like, okay, I took one of each, and then I saw something else on another thing, and it was saying like take up to the front or take to kiosk or something. I was like, okay, so I walked up to the front of the lady, and I just like I had him, I went, and I just like handed it to her. She was like, okay, and she like disappears for a minute, and then she comes out with the Switch, and she comes out with Breath of the Wild. I'm just like, yes. And so, because I also found out that they were not region locked. So yeah, so while everybody else was looking at some clothing store and stuff, I left with a Switch, which you could not get like at any of the American stores, like the on base they have like the Exchange or whatever. Could not find a Switch at all for that, and most of their games were also taken up weirdly. So like I like walked out of the Toys R Us with that stuff at the mall in Okinawa, and so when everybody else saw me, they were like, "Well, what'd you get?" And I was like, "Don't freak out, guys." And I showed them what was in the bag, and everybody literally just looked at it. Everybody's eyes got wide, and then they looked at me, and they were just like, "Dude, are you fucking serious? Where did you get it?" And I was like, "I got it at Toys R Us," and they were just like, and like one dude literally just like immediately started like jogging over to it. And I'm like, I don't think they have any more. And he stopped and he was like, dude, if you're right. And yeah, he like went up to the front and like we had the one guy who could like speak conversational Japanese. And so he asked the lady at the front and she was just like, oh no, she was like, he took the last one. And everybody was just like, motherfucker. Are you Yeah, I did I did my 5 years in the Marine Corps, and then I got out. I got back pain, and it was fun. Didn't understand egg moves until Gen 4. Dude, neither did I. Well, I understood like some of it, but the problem is like when I would find out about how egg moves were, I found it out just like by accident. Like I think the first time I was breeding like mudkips. Like when the mudkips were hatching, they had ice beam on it. And I'm like, what? Why do they have ice beam on it? And then I like looked up some. I like later like I went to school and like looked it up and I was like, oh, okay, cool. Now I know why. The Army for 5 years, dude. Yeah, hell yeah, dude. Yay, back pain. Gotta love it, dude. I had a good time while I was in. I do not regret it. A part of me kind of wonders what would have happened if I would have stayed in for an extra, like another 3.5 years or so. Because I would have just had to finish out, the 8 years. Because I didn't want to do, because they pretty much, but, they always tell you, too, if you would re-enlist once, you might as well just do the 20. And I didn't want to do 20. What's going on, Mills? Dude, and it's Pit Chance. I still love that name. I love that name, Pit Chance. It's so fucking good. But hell yeah, dude, 5 years Army? That sounds... dude, I knew, a lot of Army people were super nice. But, man, I do not like the way the uniform looks. Although you said English is not your first language, though. But, dude, I don't know what it is, but, American, Army uniform, I am not a fan. At least the modern one. I love their old one they had back in, the 80s and 90s. That stuff looked really good. Did my 5 and said, nah, I'm good. Dude, and especially, now with, some of the stuff that got going on, I was like, I don't know. Hell yeah, what's going on, Starfruit? Hell yeah, got that lurking going on? Till Gen 6 was Super Training came out? Dude, Super Training, a lot of people were like, Super Training makes the game easy. And it's like, well, some people don't also want to take the time and effort to do all that other stuff. And at least Super Training still makes you earn it, though. Hell yeah, dude, it's a party here in Agrabah. I forget, somebody here likes, somebody here liked King of Thieves. I don't remember if it was Renegade. But somebody here liked, the third Aladdin movie. I remember that. Okay, we still just have eggs. Hell yeah, though. Huh. Oh yeah, they're up there. Found it at Target, last copy. Some other guy wanted to buy it off me. Told him 200 or leave me alone. Dude, metal. I'm just glad the newer games have easier access to EV trading and modifying. I like that make it easier to see the EVs. Cause yeah, not everybody wants to for me, I use the counter app, and I'll write for like the title of the counter, I'll write what I need the number to get to, and then I'll write and then, and then I'll have like the number that it needs to be at for the title, and then once I like count and it gets to it, then I just stop fighting those things, and then I do the other numbers, because like, and that's how I pretty much keep track of it for Gen 3 and Gen 4. It's annoying, but it works. But that's also because I still play like Coliseum, XD, Gale of Darkness, and Battle Revolution. So like I want mons that are EV trained. Oh yeah, and actually speaking of Scizor for Battle Revolution, I actually do have a Technician Scizor with Swords Dance, Bullet Punch. I still need to get it Bug Bite from Heart Gold, Soul Silver, but I need to actually get to that point where I can teach it that, because like Bug Bite Scizor is stellar. And I forget what else I have. I think I either have it with Quick Attack or Aerial Ace. I can't remember. You can buy the power items right after the beginning in Gen 9. Dude, that was so nice too. They added that. Because like they make it to where like you have so much control over your mons in these games, and you don't have to wait until later to be able to like actually try to do well in it. You can just do it like immediately. Which I think also makes sense too, because then it can kind of help people who like, for a lot of people, like Gen 9 was probably their first Pokemon game. Like it makes a lot of sense to me to like, put those things at the beginning so people can learn what they do. But I also understood the logic, like years ago, where it was like, yeah, the intent of you guys not having this until later is because you guys wouldn't know what to do with it until you understood how the game works. But they don't really teach you enough in the older games to even understand how some of the stuff works, and it's like, Dual Wing Beat is really strong on Scizor as well, both hits. Huh. I know they got like they got way more selective about what got to learn Dual Wing Beat. Like I think the only mon that kind of learned it for a little while was like Salamence for some reason. And I don't know why Salamence, unless it was just like they didn't want to have it have like a strong flying type move. So they thought, let's give it Dual Wing Beat. It's like, you actually just gave it a really good move to break subs, and then also still, give damage within, the same turn of breaking it. Golly, Scizor's so good it sometimes doesn't need a bug move. It really doesn't. Like, Technician just gives it a good enough boost, especially if you have it, like the item that it holds, if it's super beneficial for that too. So freaking good. And I also appreciate the likes that y'all are leaving. Thank you very much. You are appreciated. I also really want to see Shiny Totodile today. Like, I wish the games would be cool with me like that. But I understand why you're not, though, game. Can't make everything easy for me. That'd be too nice. Girl. You need to stay out of my way. I am on business right now. I am on baby making business right now. But not that kind though. I don't think the interwebs would want that. At least I'm like 99% sure. Honestly, it's better if you don't. Maybe U-turn if you run Choice Band. Dude, this Choice Band if you run SD, Bullet Punch, Dual Wing Beat, Close Combat. Salamence Dual Wing since it lost Aerial Aid Double Edge. Yeah, more than likely that is the case. Which, dude, that was also like bonkers too. Mons that really didn't need Megas, but hey, here you go. But apparently the reason that a lot of Mons that really didn't need them got them was because the designs they came up for them were really good and they liked it. And they also wanted to have some Mons maintain their relevancy. So, like, even though they were like, yeah, we know Salamence is already really strong, but we want it to still maintain its awesomeness. Like, they did the same thing with, that's how, like, Garchomp was. And I think that's what kind of was the logic behind, like, Gengar. Salamence, but it fell off hard after Gen 7. Yeah, sadly it did. Bullet Punch, knockoff, Swords Dance, Dual Wing Beat. Okay. But I was going to say earlier, though, I know this is probably going to sound terrible, but, like, I don't really care for, like, the turn, like, the return moves, like U-turn and, Volt Switch. I don't, or was it now they got, like, Flip Turn? I don't really use those. I know that like they make a lot of sense for people, but the problem for me is that it always feels so predictable with those moves. And like if you know that everybody's gonna have it, it's like, okay, well then why don't you just freaking like you can just easily be like, okay, well I know this person has this mon out, and like the one electric move it's gonna have is gonna be this. They're gonna use it because I know they're not gonna want to stay out on this. And then you just go to something that's either like a ground type or it's gonna be, you know, something with like volt absorb or whatever. And then they're just like, wait, what? And it's like, yeah, you guys are incredibly fucking predictable. They are very strategy dependent, but like people get mad when you read them hard too. Like it was actually one of the reasons why when I was in high school I tried to do battles in Gen 6 and record them with my phone like a baller. It was that like I got people like so miffed about like just being able to read them. And this was also back when using Miiverse was a thing. And which they always say, they're like, don't trade friend codes, don't do these battles and stuff on Miiverse. You're not supposed to, it's bad, it's wrong. Because you don't know who you're gonna, you know, who you're gonna get or whatever else. But like I still did it anyways. And like I would like just be able to read somebody and then they would like disconnect, and then they would just message me and just be like, dude, what was that about? And I'm like, what are you talking about? Why'd you, like, did you do that on purpose? And they're like, yeah, you weren't supposed to do that. And I'm like, what do you mean weren't supposed to? I read you. I made the switch. Like, I don't, what did you want from that? You wanted me to just give it to you? If I could prevent it, I'm gonna prevent it. And they were just like, whatever, you suck. And I was like, clearly I don't. That's why we're in this predicament. I made a rain core with Palafin, Rotom, Wash, and Pelipper. Dude. Palafin? See, no, oh yeah, you said Rotom Wash. I was gonna say, which Rotom? Rotom Wash. See, now that sounds fun. I'm assuming you maybe had like a grass type or something to help also take advantage of the rain. Like getting that sweet neutrality or whatever with the rain. I'm like iffy on them. I know U-turn, Volt Switch, and Flip Turn are really good, but they're a little one-dimensional, especially if you're running a choice item. They are, for sure. Like I said, it's why I don't like really running them, because it is very predictable. Or you get people who will also be able to try to get that read on you, that's what you're going to do. So then they'll go out to like their mon to try to do the resistance, but then I'll end up doing something like I think I know for like my Galvantula, I always make sure that I run I always ran like Bug Buzz, like, and my Galvantulas are typically this all the time. It's there's going to be Compound Eyes, Charge Beam, Bug Buzz, Giga Drain, and then like Thunder or something. And people don't like that, because they're just like, wait, you have Giga Drain, you don't have Volt Switch? It's like, no, I don't. Like, why not? It's like, because I don't want that. There's a better way to run Palafin. Then Flip Turn, Close Combat with Eject Pack. Eject Pack pulls out Palafin because the stats drop. That makes sense. The logic is sound in that strategy. Another Banjo-Tooie bop. I love it. We still have just eggs, yeah? Oh no, we have a Totodile. Sweet. I forgot about that. I gotta like keep up with that. Like if a Totodile hatches, I gotta like audibly remind myself, go get new one. Release the Totodile. Buy Totodile. And then we withdraw egg. Then pivot it back in with U-turn Pelipper. Now Palafin is hero. Plus it gets acrobatics and a jetpack is consumable. Okay. Dude, look, I see all the logic in that Renegade. Guys, I think Renegade likes to do professional battles. I think this guy's a real gamer, dude. This guy's a real gamer. Yeah, I do like my favorite combo of Pokemon that I have right now is my Tinted Lens Venomoth with Quiver Dance, and I love pairing it with my Psych Up Grumpig. They take lives together, and people don't like it, and I love it. Acrobatics is such a funny move, even more when you combo with Flying Gem. Back when you could pair it with Flying Gem. You can't no more. The only gem they left behind was normal, which, I mean, is not great. I'm just trying to think of like what I mean, like with terrestrialization not requiring held items, I could see how that would be really good. Can you imagine if they had an item that was like if it was like if you know if held terrestrialized moves that are the same type as the Terra type, if they had like an extra booster power whatever, like how insane that could end up being. I understand how to build competitively, just not the best at playing against pros. Yeah, that's why like I'm a good casual player. Like I said, like you know the stuff that I do is I don't typically do it because I'm like this is gonna be like world breaking or world ending, but I do stuff that's fun. Like I like using Cacturn. I know Cacturn is not great, but I love using Cacturn. I love like the whole water absorb thing, just being able to use it to switch out to stuff. Trying to have a little bit of like speed control with Cotton Spore. I mean Sucker Punch and all that other stuff. Like there's a lot of fun to be had with it, but not everybody likes it. Mostly test out stuff in the battle tower. Yeah, I always want to try to just do like random battles online, but you just get people who are like, oh yeah, no, I'm gonna battle online and I'm gonna bring oh crap, what is the... Oh yeah, I was supposed to pull an egg out. I cannot remember what the Electric Dragon is. Not Zekrom. Oh my gosh, the bike. What is it called? Like, this is like, I don't... Miraidon, that's what it is. I remembered it's Miraidon now. You don't have to correct me on it. Yeah, Miraidon. I was gonna say, I know it's gonna happen anyways. But like it's like people will have like just like they'll have like all like the really good mons like Miraidon and all that other stuff, and I was like, man, can't people bring like fun teams to this? And they never do. It's always it's always just like the big hard hitters like Miraidon, and then you get Kyogre with Thunder and Water Spout, and I'm like, okay, this is fun, I guess. We call those the sweats because it's always meta with them. Yeah, like it's just like I like to see like variety in my teams. Like I think the only legendary that I really use as of right now was like Terrakion, but it was because I like it. I've tried using Cobalion, but I love it conceptually, but I don't ever end up actually using it. But like Terrakion can be kind of fun with like Rock, Terra, and Rock Slide. I think I have mine either. I think it's Jolly, and I usually have it holding. I think it's a Choice Band. I had to double check with that. Oh, and to answer your earlier question, I run Meowscarada and King Gambit to take advantage of rain. Oh, okay. I didn't hatch anything, right? We still just have eggs? Yeah. We have eggs. Okay, yeah, so I was going to say, I knew there would be like one, but yeah. Meowscarada, of course. Overgrow, or do you have it with, was it Protean, I think is what it gets? I would imagine if you're still doing with the rain, you would probably keep, you'd keep it with Overgrow, right? Because I feel like Protean is like too easy. Plus, I think with like it having like two really solid dark moves, you still want to make sure you keep the stab on both. But I also don't know. I just feel it's more fun to play the lower tiers because you get to see more variety. Yeah. Yeah, for sure. I think I remember like talking to somebody about that too, and they were just like, yeah, but you don't get the same power. And I'm like, yeah, but you still have like, I mean, like the power, yeah, it may not be like you're not going to see like, 375 for attack, but I mean like the power evens out. So like you still kind of get to see the relative strength with it, or you get things that like, maybe wouldn't do well in one scenario but work well in another, and you can use it however you want. Like like you said, the variety is just higher. Mine is Overgrown. I run Focus Sash, so I can really smack you. Dude, like, that is stellar. That's good stuff. Really, I try to get out of your way and you do that? Okay, that was nice. Very nice of you. I didn't hatch one yet, right? We're still just... Yep, we're still all eggs. Yeah, like I said, like, that's fun, especially with it having that weakness, too. Like, it's going to definitely be able to, like, abuse Overgrow. Because, I mean, I'm assuming yeah, no, I think it learns Leaf Storm. So, like, you could even do, like, Leaf Storm and then have, like, a physical move. I mean, in its nature, could probably still be, like, special attack lowering. But if it's in Overgrow, the boost probably helps kind of, like, make up for the power a little bit that you would lose in, like, special attack. If you were still wanting to make it either speedy or physically offensive, I don't know. Like, the only one of the starters, like, I started using Skeledirge originally, but then I was like, you know what, let me try out Quack Evolve for a little bit, and I ended up really liking it, but that's because Aqua Step and Moxie are a little unnecessarily freaking broken. Another pivoter with U-turn, and also get, like, Sucker Punch is one of those moves where, like, every time I think of Sucker Punch, it always reminds me how much I miss my old Dusknoir from Gen 6. Because my Dusknoir had Power Up Punch, Sucker Punch, Shadow Sneak, and then it would have, like, Ice Punch or Fire Punch, whatever I was in the mood for that day. And, man, people did not like it. And I had people who still were like, man, Dusknoir sucks. Why would you even use it? And I'm like, if you've actually used it the way I did, it was pretty freaking solid. You're not the Totodile we're looking for. And it's another pivoter. Yeah. I don't know, like, that was like my whole big thing was like Dusknoir. And then I also I think I tried to dance around with either having I say an old man is there. I would always try to, like, dance around between using either the Shell Bell or Leftovers. Because, like, Leftovers was fine, but if you could really get some strong hits off, like, the recovery that you got from Shell Bell was actually really solid. And I remember that was, like, something that somebody, like, tried to give me crap for, too, where they were like, really? Like, Shell Bell? Like, that's not even, like, that good of an item. I'm like, yes. But it works off of, like, the amount of HP that's taken from the opponent. And Dusknoir does not have the greatest HP. So if I can hit, like, something like a Gastrodon or whatever really hard, the amount of HP I get back from the Shell Bell is really good. Compared to if I had the consistency of Leftovers. Which I get is also still really good. But that doesn't mean I'm always going to do that. But yeah, like, I really liked Shell Bell for that, and I just had people who were just like, yeah, no, you shouldn't do that, and I'm like, okay, well, you still lost, though. It's like, I think I'm gonna kind of keep doing what I'm doing. Meowscarada is too frail to try and set up try a setup strat, meant to come in, smack stuff around, and then die. I felt like I had more reliability with Leftovers and Shell Bell when it comes to competitive battling. Now, Shell Bell is great through playthroughs, but yeah, it's very difficult to use if you try to do it competitively. And Gastrodon is exactly why I run Meowscarada. It walls the water core. And I love Gastrodon so much. It's such a good mon. That one, I got a kid to rage quit back in X and Y because I had my like, mine was set up with max HP, and then I had it split evenly between the defenses with Storm Drain. And I remember I had, I think I had Scald, Toxic, Recover. No, I had Recover, Scald, Miracle, and Counter. And I remember they had Fairy Arceus that they had brought out, and they thought they were going to knock out, they thought they were going to get, like, it the first time with some other mon, I forget what it was, but I ended up getting a Scald Burn on it, and then I just recovered until, like, you know, it went away, or, you know, whatever, I played it out. And then they brought out their Fairy Arceus, and I knocked out their Fairy Arceus with Miracle because they didn't get to one-shot me with Judgment. And then they disconnected, and it was another one of those Miiverse fights, and they were just like, are you freaking serious right now? And I'm like, I don't understand what the problem is. And they're like, there's no way that Gastrodon lives my my Arceus' Judgment. They're like, you don't have an EV spread right. And I'm like, what do you mean? I was like, what do you mean right? And then they try to, like, tell me what, like, the competitive build was regularly for, like, a Gastrodon. And I was like, yeah, I don't do that. And they're like, dude, you're a garbage player. And then they just stopped talking to me. And I was like, all right. But don't let others talk down your strategies, though, because that saying goes, it looks stupid and it works. Yeah, no, it's like, yeah, you might not like it, but Do you remember what the results were? Yeah, like I don't like for some reason people are just like, okay, well it's still dumb. It's like, okay, well I still don't care. Who cares what other people say about it? The way I see it, it's my strategy. I want to run it, dude. Exactly. And especially if you're doing something different, that just makes it harder to be able to like read what you're gonna do. Bye, Totodile. We still want our green boy. I'm gonna pick up this one. Are we even close to the bottom yet? Wow, I still have so many eggs. Oh my gosh. We've been doing this for an hour and 24 minutes and we have still not seen the blue boy that we want, which is kind of lame. But you know what? The dedication is key. And Togetic is going to be so happy with us. And if I end up getting it to where it's got max happiness, I will more than likely teach a return. Just so we get that power from it. Certain players are just used to the same cookie cutter move set and spreads that they aren't willing to experiment. And I forgot to mention, I also ran Tailwind on Pelipper. Ooh, dude, that's a move like I only started using it in Black and White 2 with my Prankster Tornadus. Because I wanted a Thundurus for it, but I don't have one yet. I'd have to play, I think a white version, which my wife has now. I have like another copy of white version that I can like play, and if she's not playing it anymore, I'm probably gonna end up like completing her run of it, and I'm gonna try to get that. But like yeah, I was using like Prankster Tornadus with that, and then I think I had it with Calm Mind, Hurricane, and Extra Sensory, or Dark Pulse, one of the two. But yeah, like just doing that with it, like it's I have fun with it now. Great, it's not like the best strategy in the world, but having it paired with like my timid Charge Beam Hydreigon, oh beautiful, taking lives all damn day. It's like, oh cool, you beat me with the same Pokemon everyone else does. You're so much better than everyone else, right? I choose what I want to use. Dude, that's why I use mons like Rompig. Did I pulled out an egg, right? We have a full team, right? Oh, no, I did not. Yeah, dude, that's why I still use, I said I use mons like Rompig. I know Tinted Lead's Venomoth is considered good, but not everybody still uses it. Like, I use what I want. And it's always fun when you get results with it. I've actually had Rage Quits in Gen 9, and it makes me so proud to have that. Love your playlist. I'm getting it with nostalgia. If you're liking it, do you use Discord? Because if you use Discord, where is? Oh, can I not find it anymore? Oh. Let's do this. Oh, wait, wrong one. But yeah, if you use Discord, I can put it in... Whoa, what are you doing? You're crazy. I do use Discord, but I'm not always active in it. Well, if you ever choose to be active in it, I have a link for it in the description. And in Music Share, I just dropped what I used for it, because that's where I get the music from. The playlist is why I watch the streams. I actually don't even like Pokemon. Yeah, I believe you, Renegade. I believe you 100%. Good thing I'm always quiet so you can hear the music too. Oh, wait. I blabber all the time. You can't even enjoy the music. Music just exists. It adds on to the ambiance. Though I am also wanting to add a, I want to add a SNES playlist as well. Like, I mean, I wouldn't like be able to really alternate between the two, but I want to, or not alternate between the two, like in one stream. I mean, I could, but I want to have like a little bit of a variety with it. But I know before I was using, like, whenever I played Pokemon games, especially, I was using a playlist made with Glitch's music, Glitch City. Because and I have one like when it's chill, I use like the chill lo-fi stuff, and then if I'm doing something like Pokemon, well, not Pokemon Stadium kind of, but it was like Battle Revolution or even like the Gen 9 battles. When I was doing Gen 9 battles, I would use her battle playlist, and would do it with that. Because sometimes with like how long it takes to do like some things in Gen 9, and there's some music that gets kind of like repetitive. I'll use her music because her stuff is gnarly. Always a good time when we listen to Glitch's music. Come on, be the one we want. No. Wrong Totodile. Bad Totodile. Got it. Although the tail wiggle is adorable. I can't be mad at you. I can't be upset with you. Gen 9 soundtrack just isn't good. I would definitely say like, and I know it's like it's an opinion. I have not liked the last two generations' music for sure. Like Swish could not really care much for their music, especially the fact that they have like the vocals in it. Like that really ruins it for me personally. But I know some people are okay with it though. Some people like they like how the music is, which is fine. But I think like I kind of like the older generation's music a little bit more. Speaking of glitches, you guys might like this. There's a fan-made game called Pokemon Prism. The devs made some original legendaries. Prism? That sounds familiar. Like Prism sounds like the Pokemon Prism sounds like something I probably heard in like high school. So back in like 2014, 15 era. Unless Prism is like older than that. But yeah, but that sounds familiar though. Yeah, and I'm wanting to play. I'm wanting to get into the ROM hacks too. Like, there's a few that I want to try out. Like, I know, like after I do, like, I mean, I'm doing Crystal this year, but I'm kind of contemplating if I want to try maybe in like February or March time frame. Like, once I've had some time away from doing Crystal, I want to try the. I personally was gonna try to do like Liquid Crystal, but now everybody's saying there's that other Crystal, the newer one, Mother Trucker. I don't remember what the other one's called, Crystal Legacy or something. Like I'm contemplating trying that one out, because I know it was something that Mr. Rye was talking about as well, but I don't know if he'd want to do it together. One of them is a ghost flying bird named Fancero. Find it in a glitched version of Cinnabar, and its dex entry is that it's responsible for creating missing no. That's an interesting concept. Also, this might sound a little bit blasphemous. Okay, so it is Crystal. Okay, it is Crystal Legacy. Okay. Dude, like, this might just be me. I typically do not like the ideas that fans have when it comes to original Pokemon. And I know that probably sounds super wrong, but like there are so many mons that like fans have created, or like they'll make like ROM hacks and they're like, this is better than what Pokemon would make. I'm just like, I don't always agree with that statement. You can have the opinion, that's fine, but I'm just like, I don't know. Getting early game Larvitar is a godsend, but I can already get early Larvitar if I wanted to by just trading one over from, a file of gold or silver if I've already beaten it. I can be a cool guy like that. Yeah, and I think, because I don't think there's a way you can actually get like Larvitar early. I know like the earliest you can get like Ursaring is once you beat Morty and you have Surf. Level 40 Tyranitar, what? The only issue you kind of have with that though is like having like Tyranitar is great and it's got great stats, but if you're wanting to like level it up at all, it's slow. Like I really wish I could like something I actually did when I was a kid like forever ago was I did a run of Platinum where I used only pseudos. So like I had Dratini. I think I kept my starter. Like I still use the starter. I think I would use like Turtwig or something. But I remember I had Bagon, a Beldum, Dratini. Yeah, Bagon, Beldum, Dratini. Had the starter. Yeah, and I think yeah. So I had like Dratini, Bagon, Beldum, Larvitar, the starter, and I think I had Gibble. Like I had just like all the fun pseudos. Broom has a pretty tough level curve, so it's not as hard to evolve as you think. See, and is it one of those games where like it's like the level jump is what makes it truly difficult, or like the moveset's actually good? Also, I'm like sitting so comfortably in this chair right now, and I probably look so lazy and boring right now, but I don't care. I just like these ROM hacks that have all these nice quality of life legs better, like Pokemon availability, infinite use TMs, IV editors, improved move pulls. Yeah. Yeah, like that's for me. Like for me, that's what I want to see. Also, appreciate the likes. Thank you all much for that. I appreciate if it's like small tweaks like that. But if somebody's trying to like completely make like a whole new thing for it, like that's fine and it's awesome that you're gonna make that and like people will like it. I just don't think that those are typically for me. It it just makes it a bit difficult to go back to these older games. The old games are still good, but after a while, I want a bit of spice to it. Movesets are greatly improved. Also have Gen 3 and 4 pokes and 2 new types, Gas and Sound. Okay. Yeah, I don't know, man. I still like the old games, but I think I also like them for like the comfortability of it, and like the familiarity is super nice. But if it has quality of life upgrades, those are fine by me. Like I do, I would love the idea of playing these games, and I'm assuming that Crystal Legacy does it. Do they have like the physical special split? I would imagine they do. That's why I like the Legacy games because they're basically just vanilla plus. Like if they have like the physical special split, I would like that a lot. Also, do we have? Yeah, we still just have eggs. I would love to see that. What's going on, the chum bucket? I've just been watching the Lonely Goomba videos and like him like talking about one of the SpongeBob games, and they're just like, okay, they start at the Krusty Krab, and then they gotta go to the chum bucket, which is right across the street. But for some reason, like they go everywhere throughout the entire game before they go there first. He's like, I don't get it. Why do they have to do this? If they're supposed to go to the chum bucket and it's right across the street, why don't they just go there? No, they have regular Gen 2 split. I mean, I could still rock with that, though. I think that's my issue I end up having, too, is with, like, playing some older games and they do the physical special split. But I see, like, it's the old sprites and I'm like, this feels wrong. Why is Fire Punch actually physical? Although that was a thing that really kind of, like, I won't say it, like, grinded my gears, but it was like, how do you have it where in Gen 3... you still have it where there's not the physical special split, still based off the types, but you can register when physical contact is made. That just felt rude. They're like, yeah, no, like, bite is still special, but it's also going to make physical contact. It's like, but if you already know that, then why not just... I wasn't thinking about it when I joined, but I'm using a different account right now. I'm actually 20. Oh... what's going on, 20? Hell yeah. 20 is one of them, they're regulars. Or was it regular? I don't know, we haven't seen 20 around too much. Gina, what are you wanting? Gamer? It's Gina. Got time to chat? Your Pokemon's still tough. I trained it to do a Bulbasaur, but you know? I still have a Contralzy. It's getting past frustrating. Bye, let's chat again. Okay, bye. They don't have physical special splits. The goal of Legacy game is to keep more or less close to the original, but with better Pokemon availability, better level curve for mid-game, and slightly tougher battles. Okay, well, shoot. Then, yeah, I guess I will at some point have to try out Legacy. But, yeah, I think if I try that, it'll be closer to, like, February, March time frame, just because it would be a little too close to just playing Crystal. But now I know that I need to be able to do that. I also need to actually set up to be able to play those games because I don't dabble in that world that much of playing games that way. I mean, shoot, I'm still using the original stuff. I don't know how mouse and keyboard works. That's intimidating for a fella like me. Polished crystal has psychic special. Polished crystal has physical special. It's been a while. Oh, what is the name of that song that's in? It's been a while, I'm sorry. Was that a Nickelback song? I think that was, right? Yeah, it's a Nickelback song. Which I genuinely like Nickelback. I don't understand why people say they don't like it. That's just silly. Nickelback got to be as big as they did, and they were on the radio as much as they were because clearly people liked them. People who say they don't like Nickelback, they're probably lying, or they just want to show off in front of their girlfriends or boyfriends. Because, like, dude, I will say, like, I will still blast Rockstar in my car, and I will still drink and get teary-eyed when I listen to Photograph. I mean, not like right now, though. I gotta work tomorrow, so I can't do that. But, yeah, when people just like, ugh, Nickelback, I don't even like it. They were never good. And I'm like, nah, that's not true. Like, they were super good. What's your in-game goal right now? Oh, that's Stained, not Nickelback? Okay. That probably sounded blasphemous then. But our goal is we're trying to get that shiny Totodile. We want to fill in that spot. Hopefully that happens today. But right now the game is kind of being a little inconsiderate and not giving us what we want. But that is the goal. And then also we are, since we have Togetic with us right now, Togetic is also gaining that sweet friendship, which means at some point I will end up teaching it this return TM so that Togetic is actually viable. Because that's the one thing everybody kept saying, especially if you go to Mr. Rye's server, he had a lot of people that were like, yeah, Togetic is just not good. Including himself. He says Togetic was not good and hard to use. And I'm like, no, Togetic is fine in this game. You gotta have the patience and the know-how to use it and have a good time. I don't love Nickelback, but I do like them as a guilty pleasure. You know what? Yeah, I'll give you that one. That's fine. It's honest. Oh, yeah, no, I'm not saying everybody should love it, but you can't say you hate it, though. Like, at one point, everybody definitely muttered to themselves, well, just don't want to be big rock star. Like, yeah. Who doesn't want to do all that stuff they said they wanted to do in the song? Also, we're still at Just Eggs, right? Like, I keep checking, too, but I'm like, we're at Just Eggs. We are. Also, Togekiss is so cracked and polished crystal. Well, and because they probably still have, do they have it where the, well, you're saying it's like pretty much Gen 2 mechanics, but just polished up. Do they still have the special, DVs? Are they together? I guess it would be EVs too, I think, but like the DVs and all that, are those still together? Togetic is Cheeks, but Togekiss on the other hand? Dude, I like Togetic, and I don't care who knows it. I like using Togetic a lot. And I don't just use it in this. Like, I've used Togetic plenty of times on my own. I genuinely like it. It's so nice. Oh no, I can't see. Damn it, Totodile. You're not the one we're looking for. You're the wrong color. Who here likes Cake, the band? Oh, dude, freaking, Frank Sinatra is a really good song they had. I'm trying to think of, like, what my favorite by them is. Like, The Distance is definitely up there. I'm trying to think of, like, what, because it's, like, there's a couple of their songs that wait, is that what yeah, Cake, that's them, right? She's going, or he's going the distance. He's going for speed. She's all alone in her time of need. That's them, right? I think so. I don't know really. There's a DV checker in that game. But yeah, I'm thinking that's Cake, right? That's the Cake you're talking about? Yeah, they got that Frank Sinatra song and other stuff. Even so, it doesn't make... Yeah, The Distance. Yeah, okay, so it is that one. Yeah, because there's like another one. I don't remember what the. I don't remember if like there was like another group that was also called Cake or something else, but they had a there was a song in Jet Set Radio Future that for some reason I thought the band was called Cake, but I think it's something else. But yeah, doesn't matter. Togekiss just teabags everyone in that game. Does it now? Really? That's wild. I do like teasing a bit when people mention their favorites because it wouldn't be Pokemon without everyone having their favorites feel happy with whomever you want to use. Dude, yeah, like, because, like, I mean, like, some of my favorites, I mean, like, I have nice favorites, though. I don't have, like, I don't have too many favorites where people are just like, really? You use that? Okay. What did you think about Mega Victory Bell? I hate its design. I think it earned, I think it definitely deserved having a Mega, but I don't think that was personally it. I understand it conceptually, though. It makes a ton of sense. I still don't like it. I think what really kills me is I don't like that it's Vine or whatever. I don't like that it ties its mouth shut. I get what they're going for look wise. I think it just makes it look too goofy. I personally don't like it. But I am curious to see how it functions, because if it functions well, that's what I care more about. Well, I guarantee you there's someone out there whose favorite is Macargo. I like Macargo. I know Macargo is not fantastic. I love using Macargo, though. Like, good defense, great special attack. Or it's got good special attack, great defense. And so yeah, situationally, you can make it work, especially with Flame Body. Like, I really like using it. But I also know it's not great. It's incredibly slow, and it's got too many 4x weaknesses, and even just other regular 2x weaknesses. I'm more interested to see the stats in the new Megas. Yeah, stats. Well, and then I know, like, one guy in Discord was talking about, like, what the ability might be, and they're predicting the ability is probably going to be, like, corrosive or something. Oh, if not corrosive, I forget what the other one would have been. Love Disc. I don't remember which one Macargo is. It's the rock snail. Dude, I probably would love. They got Emerald Legacy. I actually did. I don't remember if I finished it or not. But I know I played Emerald a little bit earlier this year or late last year. Yeah, Lava Snail. Emerald Legacy, that's one I actually would not mind playing at some point. I just have to have the ability to play it. But if Macargo is in Emerald Legacy, I'd be down to maybe try it out. Because yeah, like I said, I haven't done any ROM hacks, but I know people really like them. But my issue also is going to be is if I play it, I'm not going to do them as a Nuzlocke. And I know that's all anybody ever really wants to see most days now, is they want to see Nuzlocks and stuff. But man, I just like playing these games the way I like playing them. I think it's nice. Also, I don't like the concept of if a mon faints, that's it, it's done. Because I'm not going to say like I love my Pokemon at the end of the day. But for me, it's the effort that you've put into it and you wanted to use it just to say, okay, now I'm not using it anymore because I had to get knocked out once. Like that, I don't like that wasted effort. That's a little much for me. Emerald Legacy was the first time I used Shift Tree. Dude, like, Chlorophyll Shift Tree with a Sunsetter is so fun. Which is like, in a way, it's kind of like weird in like older generations. Like, people only talk about, okay, so we have 2 Totodile, so I didn't mean to do that. So let's do withdraw 1. Withdraw 1 egg. Let's go get the old man's egg. In Emerald Legacy, they reworked Macargo's Magma Arm ability where it takes 1/8 damage from water attacks, basically being resistant to water. Huge change, but at least it doesn't get... I mean, yeah, that's nice. And that's not even a change to the Mon. That's a change more so to the ability, which is really good. But I don't think there's too many Mons around that era that really had Magma Armor, I think, except for Macargo. Because I don't think... No, what was that? Magma armor. Because what were the what were the abilities that Camera Up got? I don't know why. I can't remember what its abilities were. I know it like gets like Solid Rock and later gens, but that's not what it had originally. I can't think of it. Emerald Legacy, it's just Macargo that has Magma armor? Okay. I don't know why, for some reason I'm thinking that like Camera Up had it too, and I don't know why. It has it in one generation. I can't remember which one though, but I'm pretty sure it had Magma armor. Unless I'm also just misremembering like crazy. I haven't used a Camera Up in a number of years. I don't know, maybe... What are we in? September, October, I'm gonna try to do like Halloween-esque games. Like October, I'm gonna try to use like I'm gonna try to play like some Metroids. I think I might do Ghostbusters with the wife, because the wife is a Ghostbusters fanatic. She loves Harold Ramis was her favorite Ghostbuster. Egon, that's his actual name is Egon. Dude, her and her dad cried when we watched Ghostbusters Afterlife. Like it was actually it was a really nice moment because like I'm sitting next to her, but they're like sitting next to each other and they're watching the movie and it's that like that part toward the end. If you haven't seen it, I won't say what it is, but they both just watched it and they're just both just like red-faced, glossy-eyed, and just loving the moment. And I'm just like, this is a good day. I'm liking this a lot. So probably we'll see Ghostbusters in October. Oh, they also dynamic go away. They also buffed its evolution availability. I think it evolves at 26 instead of 38. That's not... If they would have made it 30 or 32, I think that would have been a little bit more sensible. Because Macargo actually has pretty good stats. And if it has that ability, 26 I feel it might be a little early. But, I mean, I still wouldn't complain though. Like, Macargo's the shit. I love it. I've been watching the Gen 2 anime on the Pokemon YouTube channel recently. I've been surprised how many episodes feature Magikarp and Gyarados. Well, I mean, Shiny Gyarados was like a huge thing. Plus, I think Lance has a Gyarados. And Claire has a Gyarados. Misty, I don't think, had a Gyarados yet. She didn't get the Gyarados, I think, until like... some point in like the Gen 3 era, I think is when she got it. I don't remember exactly. And I know that's like a thing that I kind of want to do is like I want to download some of those episodes. Like, you know, I mean, like in the YouTube app, I wouldn't like try to steal the episodes or something, but I want to be able to like have those and like listen to the original anime episodes. But like I don't really like all of the episodes. I think I've already talked about which ones are my favorite though. Lance ends up catching the red Gyarados, he does, and then in the Sword and Shield, I don't know what it was called, but like the Sword and Shield anime, you see it. It's like Mega Evolution versus, you know, Dynamax or Gigantamax, whatever you want to call it. They do that whole thing with it. Because, yeah, he ends up having a Mega Gyarados, and it was, like, pretty cool. Which is the fact that you see shiny Mega Gyarados, like, twice in the anime. Because you get Lances, and then you have, Lysander, I think, had a shiny Gyarados. Which I thought that was actually really cool. I wish they would have actually had that in the games. I think if Lysander would have had shiny Gyarados, I think that would have made people like the game a lot more. They actually uploaded the Red Gyarados episode today. Hell yeah, dude. Totodile, come on, man. We're almost at the 2-hour mark. Give the people what they want. Look at the little tail wiggle. Oh, I love it. Let me just see the tail wiggle just do. Oh, I love it. Oh, did I freeze again? I did freeze again. There we go. Alright. Renegade out there leaving me hanging. So cool. I love it. Oh yeah, we just hatched the Totodile. Let's go and see if we can switch it out. Okay, cool. We're going to use one from the box. Bill's PC, storage, deposit. Gonna let you go. Withdraw. Hell yeah. I'm making food still here. Dude, I had shoot, what did I have? Oh yeah, I had loaded tots. Because my wife got loaded tots yesterday. And she was like, I saved half of them for you. Because they give you like a pretty hefty portion of tots. So I had those today. I'm actually kind of curious right now to see, well, I mean, we'll check it at the end. I want to see what Togetic's happiness is at. I want to say by this point, it probably is maxed out. And we've also been walking for 2 hours. Alright, geniuses are what? You want to see your crocodile? We saw 16, so it's 20, 20, 40, 40, like 41, 42? What do you have at 41, 42? Crocodile, Gen 2. Okay, so it's about to learn Screech. Right now, in theory, it should have Slash, Scary Face, Bite, and Water Gun. In theory, that's what it has. If I get it to level 55, and we still, for some reason, have not gotten the Shiny Totodile, I will pull it out and then put it back in, because it will have Hydro Pump. But I'm not going to try to wait to get it to have Hydro Pump, and then try to breed for it, because then you guys wouldn't see me play this game for like another week or so. And I don't think we necessarily want that. Or I'd have to like just strictly do this. In your own time off stream, if you were going to do a casual playthrough of Gen 2, would you use the glitch to get all 3 starters of play intended? I haven't, oh my gosh, I forgot that was a thing. I haven't done that in so long. I forgot it existed. I did it like one time years ago, like 5 or 6 years ago. I remember doing that. I forgot that existed. I 100% forgot about that. Oh, I gotta remember how to do that now. Dang it, I want to know. I don't remember. I'll have to look that up, but I think I've only ever done it once. Like, it wasn't bad. Like, it's like, I mean, that's like fun to do, but like I don't know, I always kind of end up having an issue because like if I use like one starter, there are like so many other mons that, you know, with the type other than like I think if I knew I was gonna want to, like, I don't know, like it depends, because like there's so many other grass types in this game that I really like using. And then there's like other water types that I really like using in this game. So like for me, like to have all of 3 of the starters and to play through the game with just those, I feel like it's super cool, and it's also super possible and still fun. But I think there's more of an enjoyment and you get more variety by being able to get like, there's plenty, like I said, like if I'm going to use like, you know, if I'm going to have like, I'm going to probably have Cyndaquil. Because there's not too many fire types you can get in this game. But there's a lot of decent or good water types you can get. Like, I almost never use Chinchou. I love using Lantern. I don't use it crazy often, but it's a super good one to use. Like, for, like, water types and stuff. And, like, for grass types, I love using Bellsprout, because I think Bellsprout is phenomenal. And I also, I've said it before, but I'll say it again. When I use Bellsprout, I will be keeping it a Bellsprout until it learns Razor Leaf at like 36. Which I know for some people, they're probably just like, that's insane, why would you do that? But it's because by the time we get Victoryville to like 36, we'll be able to have Razor Leaf and Sludge Bomb. I'm contemplating what I want to send it over to, because I think it learns Razor Leaf through TM. Like, I actually would contemplate, do I want to send it over to, Yellow, teach it Swords Dance, bring it back over, have, like, Razor Leaf, Sludge Bomb, Swords Dance, and then, like, Return or, you know, Headbutt or something. Did I no, we still have all the eggs. All I remember is that it has something to do with timing your saves, I think. Yeah, I've done it in the past. I can't remember how to do it. Aside from Cyndaquil, your only other... Girl, keep getting to my... Y'all? Aside from Cyndaquil, your only other options for fire are Magmar, which you would have to, like, try to get from the egg. And Growlithe or Vulpix, everything else is Kanto. Yeah, so, like, I think... And even then, like, it's not even that bad playing Gen 2 without a fire type. Because, like, you can already get Fire Blast from this, which is solid. I mean, you get, like, Fire Punch, and there are so many mons that you can give Fire Punch to, and it's super viable. And since most of the mons that you're going to be, you know, going against, where you want to use a fire move on them, a lot of them are going to be, or a good portion of them will probably also be like 4 times weak to it or something. Or they're already relatively frail, so you don't have to really worry too much about it. I've done the starter glitch in the 3DS version. Yeah, that's where I did it at. That's how I got all 3 of the starters when I needed to send them up to like Gen 7. Was I did it that way. And it was also interesting finding out how to manipulate what their or not manipulate, but you can control what their natures are going to be when you send them up. Because I wanted like modest or timid Typhlosion, adamant, Totodile, which would, you know, for alligator, and then I think I did like bold or calm, Meganium, you know, Chikorita. Like that was like my whole thing, and then getting all 3 of those with their hidden abilities was sweet. I loved it. Oh golly, yeah, that was forever ago though. Cause yeah, I remember that's where I did it at, and I was like super surprised about it too. And then I think I got like halfway through doing like the Johto story, and then I just kind of like stopped because I was like, man, I think there's other mons I would have rather used than all 3 of the starters. Like they're still great, but like I liked having the other variety. Plus, you do feel a tad bit limited by the fact that you do just have a water, a grass, and a fire, and not like, you know, a fire and something else, which, like you said, also, like, fires were very limited. But, like, water, you can get, like, water fighting with Poliwrath, water electric with Chinchou, or, you know, Chinchou Lantern, super fun. Water flying if you're into, like, non-evolving Pokemon, like Mantine, which is fine. I mean, Mantine has a niche. And I don't mind Mantine, but the fact that its output on damage is a little difficult, and there kind of isn't really too much to do with it in this game. Like in later gens, I liked using it in Gen 5. It was super fun. But like in the older gens, you kind of have to really like it to want to use it. Or you're using it for like Pokemon Coliseum or XD, I forget which one you... No, you get it in Coliseum, I think? Is where you get that Mantine at? Or am I thinking like that's where you get the Remoraid at? Or no, you get both. I've done this story, yeah. Water flying if you want to use Mantine, Gyarados. Am I a joke to you? No. You know what? I think I don't try to think of Gyarados all the time because Gyarados is... Like, you practically have to obtain the Gyarados if you're not using, you know, like Magikarp, or you're not getting a low-level Gyarados. Like, I think it's like because, like, I mean, and everybody used to use Gyarados, man. Because they were just like, dude, you get a level 30 Gyarados, and, like, the levels that you're having to deal with are, like, super good. Or you get that, like, what is it, the level 50 Magikarp that you can get Heart Gold, Soul Silver? Like, there's, like, that whole thing, too. I don't know. Like, and well, Gyarados also, it works differently compared to Mantine. They're not the same. Although they both, like, I know Gyarados actually has pretty solid special defense, so they're almost, they want to be the same, but they're not. Well, Mantic, I think, wants to be the same, but then Gyarados is like, no, you be defensive. Like, I wish they would have given it, like, less, I almost wish they would have just maybe given it, like, less attack, but made it, like, more specially offensive. I would have really liked that. I'm trying to think of, like, and, like, I mean, Tentacruel's not bad to use, especially for the fact that you can also give it Swords Dance in Gen 1, and then bring it over, and then have it with, like, Swords Dance Sludge Bomb. Like, that's pretty neat. Come on. No, Totodile, you're wrong again. You're supposed to be that, like, green, bluish-green color. Man, disappointed. Big heap sad. Don't like. I'm trying to think of, like, what, like, yeah, because you get, like, that. I mean, if there's anybody out there that uses Corsola, God bless you if you're doing that. Because, poof. Tentacruel is also pretty fast, base 100. It is. Dude, and it's got that sweet special defense too. Dude, we'll see you later, 20. But in here, you're the chum bucket. Thanks for stopping by. It was good seeing you, man. Good times. Dude, actually, I wonder if that's a thing. I know, seeing chum bucket, would people want to see, like, you know, I mean, I probably would do it anyways, but like SpongeBob, Battle for Bikini Bottom Rehydrated, I wouldn't mind playing that game. I haven't played it since it first came out. I hadn't replayed it or anything. Like, cause I loved the original, and then when they made the rehydrated version, I was like, oh hell yeah, get to play that game again. And I haven't played any of the games that have followed it since. Though I heard they're not bad. I heard the newest one they just did was actually pretty cool. Dude, that commercial was the shit. The commercial they had for the latest game, that made me want to buy it so quickly because I was like, oh, this is the commercial was. I was like, ooh, I like this commercial. But yeah, Toodles 20. Tell Plankton I think he's an okay guy. Oh man, now he's gonna have an ego. Oh jeez, oh gosh. This guy's gonna give Plankton an ego boost. Oh no. Bye, Totodile, you're not the one I want. And then let's withdraw another egg. Another egg. There we go, cool. Yeah, I can see. Oh boy. Yawning. Not cool. Alright. I should probably try to sit upright if I want not to like yawn and be all tired and stuff. But I want people to see my hat too. Oh, you know what we actually can do? Hold on. We do this. One more. There we go. Now you guys can see my hat. Ta-ta. I mean, now the comments are jacked up. Okay, there we go. There we go. That's cooler, right? There we go. That's what the world wants. There we go. You guys can see my hat now. It's a nice hat, isn't it? Got it for $14. I think that's what it was. It was like 14. There was a 4 in it. I remember that. I think it was 14. I don't know what this music is off the top of my head. I don't recognize it. It's not bad though. It's very chill though. It feels very specific. The music feels very specific. Definitely sounds underwater too. But I don't recognize it though. Dude, this Togetic is gonna be so strong with like the strongest return already. And I kind of want to. I don't know if I'm gonna I don't know. Instead of like Slash, are we gonna want return on Totodile, or you know, for Alligator by the end of it? Like I don't know if we're gonna want to do that. Like a part of me kind of does. But I know Slash is also like a lot more fun to see use. Oh boy. No, it is 8 o'clock. I understand why I'm tired, but I don't want to be done yet. We're not done till I say we're done. I'm trying to think of like what other mons that I would want to teach return to. Because like I said, every Sunday I'm gonna still be collecting return TMs. Because I think you can get one every Sunday. I think she'll give you like a new one. I'm trying to think of what other mons I think on the team. Like I might temporarily have it on Steelix just so it has like another solid move on it that's not like Slam. Because like I said, we do have like the intent I think by the end for Steelix is going to be you're not done until Renegade and Smash Hero are satisfied. Well, what are the requirements for y'all being happy? I didn't withdraw the egg, I don't think. What are the requirements? Because apparently you guys seem like you've already got ideas for that. If the demand is already existent, I'm assuming it's at least beat red, which I do intend to do. And we will be beating red with the Togetic in the party because Togetic is amazing. We will tell you when we decide. Yeah, like I think because I know like for Red's Pikachu, that's gonna be incredibly easy. We have Steelix for that. The only issue we're gonna end up kind of having though is if he doesn't keep Pikachu out and he switches, he's gonna have. I mean, shoot, pretty much all three of the starters actually. It's gonna jack us up. Because I don't think he had Lapras anymore because he had the three starters, Espeon, Snorlax, and Pikachu. So yeah. Nope, we don't have to worry about Lapras in this game. At least Red's Pikachu still dies to a sneeze. Dude, it is super frail. And yeah, I think the only... Because what is it? It has... Thunderbolt... Is it like Thunderbolt, Iron Tail, Quick Attack, and what, Charm? I think those are the moves this Pikachu has. That sounds about right, right? Is it Charm? I don't know. I could be wrong on that. I don't know why I'm thinking Charm. I think it's because Charm is like one of like those moves that Pikachu kind of ends up keeping, which is not like bad. It's not bad either. Like Charm has its purposes, especially like if you get it to Raichu, and Raichu's quick. It gets a Charm out in the first turn, and you're not going against a ground type or something. That's beneficial. Because I think typically the way people are going to want to hit Raichu is going to be physically. Of course not in later gens though, because then it has that static and nobody wants to deal with static. Or at least I don't think anybody wants to deal with static. I know I don't like dealing with it. Is this Koopa Beach from 64? That sounds about right. I think it is that. Because it's not Calamari Desert. No, Calamari Desert is... Dun dun, doo-doo-doo, I freaking... I love Calamari Desert. Such a good bop. Hell yeah. Such a good jam. Yeah, no, I totally understand. Yeah, Koopa Troopa is a bop. Dude, it is a bop. Here's my ultra powerful Pikachu. Hold it up and sneezes. Friend accidentally drops and it falls to... Oh. This is the beach level? Hell yeah, dude. Good thing it's almost fall. This music fits perfectly. Dude, and I'm so looking forward to that cold weather again. Dude, and I'm one of those guys too, I'll admit, like walking through just walking through like leaves, I always shuffle my feet through it. I do like that. Unless it's wanting to kick up leaves, like leaves on the ground, you gotta shuffle your feet. It's the right thing to do. Yeah, no, that's why like I can get like Calamari Desert and this mixed up because they do sound relatively similar. Totodile, you have a 1 in 64 chance of being it. You gotta be it sometime soon. Like, we gotta continue with this game. We were doing so well, actually making progress before. Oh, and we do already also, I don't think I shared it before. We did already get a, where is it? 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 There it is. We do have a Leaf Stone already, which we did get from that picnicker there, in the bottom there. Oh, did I just hatch one of you guys? We have 2 Totodiles. Oh, shucks. I'm silly. We could have had 2 other eggs right now. Doing that, though. Brown Recluse loves leaf piles. Don't scare me like that. Like, Brown Recluses are in Ohio. Actually, my dad knew somebody who got bit by one. I think the dude ended up losing his arm because of it. Like, that shit is no joke. Oh, I needed eggs. Oh no, we're getting close to the bottom of the egg pile. Oh, gee willikers. Oh, gee willikers. Oh, Long Johnson. Oh, Long Johnson. But yeah, don't get me scared about kicking up leaves and stuff. Though they also say too, like everybody's all like, oh no. Oh wait, hold on. Actually, I gotta ask first. Do you guys call them? What is it? I've heard there are different names for them. What do you call the bugs that in like the summertime at night they float or they fly around and they have the green lights coming out of their butts? What do you guys call those? I don't want to say what they call them because there's different names for it and I don't want to influence anybody. But what do you guys call those? If you take forever to hatch the shiny Bellsprout, I might learn it from leveling up through the eggs. You know what? That's a real possibility. Okay, so you call them fireflies. Okay. Somebody's an Owl City fan. Oh, if you guys forgot about that song, you're welcome. Put that back into your head. Dude, I was in middle school when that song came out, and my twin sister played the shit out of that when it came out. Like, if it was on the radio, she would blast that, and she would just be in her room just by herself, just jamming out to it while she was either, drawing or something else. Like, that was her jam. Yeah, Razorleaf. Yeah. Dude, well, I don't know if Smash has a name for it or anybody else that's hanging out, if they have a name for it. Oh, so they say fireflies. We called them lightning bugs. Just because of, like, how they, like, the light and then, like, how it flashed. Like, we called them lightning bugs. But apparently, like, another name, or, like, the main name for it is fireflies. I like lightning bugs more. I think it sounds a little bit more metal, too. I've heard lightning bugs too. Yeah, that's what we call them. I don't know what the fuck that noise just was. That was weird. Oh, this is another good jam too. I can't think of what it is, but this is a good one. I mean, I like lightning bugs the most though. Like I said, I think it makes them sound tougher. Oh, but yeah, but like, apparently that's like a thing where everybody's getting all like upset and stuff that they're like, we're not seeing fireflies anymore. What? We're probably gonna be the last generation to see fireflies. And it's because they're like, as people are just like, yeah, you guys want them to come back, or you guys want them to be more prominent. Like the issue is that they need leaves to like help make it through like the winter and shit. But everybody ends up like cleaning up their leaves, chopping them up, whatever else. This is making me think of that scene from South Park where Cartman is confusing rainbows with bugs. What episode was that? I don't know how long ago that was. I have not watched a new episode of South Park in like 9 years. I see correctly. In Spanish, they are called Luciérnagas. I don't think I'm pronouncing that super well. Luciérnaga. I like that name though. That's pretty neat. I don't know what that means though. I don't know what that translates to. If it's not light butt, then I don't care. Nah, I actually wouldn't. I would end up Googling that later. But yeah, no, what? Cartman mistaken rainbows with bugs? Random scene from an old episode. I see if I can post a link to the video. It's like 30 seconds long. Huh. What is it, Luciérnaga? Luciérnaga? I don't know. Oh, you know what? Because like Naga would be more like a Japanese pronunciation of it, wouldn't it? No, I don't know. Luciérnaga? I don't know. I'm gonna end it with Luciérnaga, and you'll correct me whether I'm right or wrong. I have no idea. Dude, I freaking took what do you call it? I took Spanish as a kid, or not Spanish. Ew, no. Why did I say ew? No, I took German in high school, but it was because like everybody takes Spanish, and everybody thinks that they'll be able to do Spanish easily. And apparently that's also like a huge thing. Is like kids who spoke Spanish like growing up and stuff will like try to take like a Spanish class, and they'll be like, man, I'm gonna pass this class with flying colors, and then they end up not doing as well in the Spanish class, and they're like, wait, I don't understand. And it's like, yeah, no, you're doing like the Spanish class, like you're doing Spanish, but you're doing like an inaccurate version of it because you're doing like what it is you've like taught. Cartman hates rainbows. Okay, Cartman hates rainbows. Cartman hates rainbows. Cartman hates hippies. Cartman hates Family Guy. Oh, that does sound kind of familiar. Now, looking at that in the image, that sounds familiar. Okay. I'll have to definitely see that. That sounds familiar. I didn't hatch one yet, right? We're still at eggs. And actually, what time is it now? Ooh, the wife should be done working soon. I think Carmen was talking about ants. Huh. You kind of have to say the second half like Naga, so it sounds like this. Lucy or Naga? Oh, did I say? I said Naga. 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 That sounds about right. Naga. But you gotta do the get in it. And I probably only thought about that because I did have a Rednecks song pop up, and that's Rednecks with an X, on my way home. Which the name of the song I thought was so funny because it's shoot, what was it? It was literally like one of the last songs that played on my way home. And I saw the name of it and I'm like, you know what? At least they're just like coming out and saying it. It's called In It for the Money. And you know what? Yeah, that sounds about right. At least they just admit, like, that's why we do. We're in it for the money. Because I don't think there's enough people that will just admit that's why they do it. Like, you know, they try to, you know, get in the industry or they try to be famous. Not everybody will just be like, I just want to be freaking loaded. Like, not everybody does that. Not everybody has the nuts to admit it. I would admit it though. If I got to be that kind of big, it would be for the muns. Which is why I don't intend to actually ever try to get that way. I'm just here to hang out with people and play video games and stuff. Which I think I don't know if I'm gonna stream it here. I'm kind of on the fence about it. We'll see what happens. I might stream it here, but I'm gonna on Wednesday. We're gonna be doing Mario Party. We got a full group for it starting next week. Oh no, not next week. This coming Wednesday. I won't be on. I don't think I'll be on tomorrow. I don't know. It depends, cause like the wife actually wanted to play Animal Crossing again, so there's potential we might do that. So like if you guys like Animal Crossing, either have somebody come visit her island or her go to somebody else's island. It's Gina. Got time to chat? My Bulbasaur and I are getting more in sync with each other. We battled a Wadabra, and it managed to drop it in a close match. Oh, wow. That's surprising because they run immediately. I always say the only reason people want to be rich and famous is because all their problems would be solved if they had money. They would have... I mean, for me, I would have some problems solved with money. Like, I have to get my foundation freaking redone, essentially. I would love to have money to be able to just make that happen and not be nervous about having to do payments and stuff on it. And they also, when they do that, because they have to cut into the floor because they said so, they have to, they're like, oh, so when we cut into the floor, we don't repair the floor. And I'm like, why not? So what I kind of want to do is I might actually, like, look into, like, other places. Because I want to see if I can find somewhere that will also repair the floor. Because I kind of feel like that's a little bit of BS. Then they can do the crawl space, they can cut your floor. But they won't at least be like, alright, let's also, you know, put a piece there. That's it. Not saying money would fix everything, but it would definitely clear off some debt. Yeah. Yeah, and I mean, that or, I mean, help prevent future debt if you have money to kind of like, I mean, like for me, like I'm one of those people where, like, and I know everybody's always like, I would immediately quit my job. I'd go and find my boss and I'd shit in their coffee cup, and then I would just flip their desk, and then I'd walk out just with, with both hands in the air with the only finger that matters pointing upward. And I'd be like, I wouldn't do that. Why would you do that? That's crazy. Like I would still continue working. Cuz it's like, yeah, you pay the taxes or whatever on, on what it is you would make. And then it's like afterwards you have that little bit, it's like, yeah, you maybe become like debt free, or what you do is you just keep making regular payments, but now you just have the money, you don't have to worry about being behind on those payments anymore. You still have then great credit, which then gives you the ability to buy other things. Yeah, like, and I just don't also get, like, just don't burn your bridges. Why do that? That's just silly. And then you would go to jail. I would just put in my 2 weeks and leave. Yeah, some people do that too. I mean, if they're nice, they do that. I remember that was like a whole thing. Apparently, there's a guy in the UK who like he won the lottery, and he like quit his job and pretty much just like made it he made it a bad exit, and then within like the next year or so, he was right back to working again. And I think he ended up having to be like a trash collector or something after that, because he did such a poor job of like how he left. And it was like, yeah, no, you're kind of a dick, so we don't want you. And it's like, oh, yeah, I guess you're right. Oh boy, I shouldn't be tight. Well, I mean, I guess I could kind of. It would open up other problems that normies don't deal with. Yeah. Normies. Yeah, also. Yeah. Oh man, like for me, like, and that's like the thing that I think about too is like, what would I do if I had that, like, if I just had like, I don't know, a really nice income that came out of nowhere? Is I would literally just like fix things up with my house. Like, and I would also, I mean, personally, I would also sell the wife's car and get her one that's like slightly nicer, or like, maybe like a, what is it? It's 2025 right now. I'd probably get her like a 2020, 2021 car. Maybe like a 23 if, if the price is nice enough or whatever, but like get her like a nicer car. We wouldn't have to be like, we could just pay off all at one time the freaking the crawl space stuff, getting that done. We get the walls painted and maybe touched up or whatnot. Like, there'd be things that I would want to do with that, and it wouldn't be, let's go buy the nicest car. Because then also it's like, you go out and buy a really nice car, are you going to have the insurance to do that? And the insurance rate is also going to be freaking nuts when you go out and you get a freaking crazy car like that. Because nobody ever thinks about the insurance. Or it's like you go out and you get like a nice big ass house. And it's like, yeah, that's great, you got that big ass house, but do you know that like those houses, just because you were able to get it doesn't mean that like that's that's it. You have to then end up like, you might not even be able to afford your house afterwards, because like utilities and all that end up being too great and you can't handle it. So then you end up having to sell your house. Why let people know you're rich? Just live normal? Dude, exactly. Just, because then you would like accept you're winning like that one guy did when he did it. He wore like white gloves, long sleeve shirt, and it had like the sleeves or whatever tucked into it. He wore a hat. I think he wore a ski mask, sunglasses. He bandaged up his face, whatever it is he did. He made sure you would not recognize him at all if you saw him, because he was like, I don't want my family to know I'm rich. He's like, I want nobody to know that I got this kind of money. They'll never find out. Like, the dude played it so freaking smart. He's like, you're never going to know who I am. My family will never know who I am. And I'm going to just live my life the same. I just won't have to be as nervous about some shit. Once other people know you're rich. Well, and like, that's that whole thing. It's like, shoot, for anybody who listens to like country music, there's that old song, you find out who your friends are. Somebody's gonna drop everything. Something, their car, hit the gas, get there fast. Never stop to think what's in it for me. Like, it's like shit like that where it's like, yeah, no, it's like once you have money, it's gonna be like, oh, I didn't know you were a relative. It's like, yeah, we just never talked. But yeah, no, dude, we're like cousins or something. Hey, my car's old. Can you help me get a new one? It's like, what? No, get out of here. Get out of here, you jerk. How dare you? Yeah, it's like that's that whole thing where, yeah, you end up having to kind of like worry about like, you know, like who actually, like, it's kind of neat though, because like if that were the case, like I know like the one person who I talked to from high school still, like if I ended up winning the lottery, like the most I would probably get from him is like, because like he is actually Eminem says that in Marshall Mathers. Oh, yeah, smart fella. He knows what's up. Um, but yeah, oh shucks, what was it? Yeah. Yeah, no, like that's like a whole thing though. It's like you never know who it is. It's gonna be like somebody might just be like, yeah, no, I want a bunch of free stuff from you. It's like, no, that ain't happening. All of a sudden, I got 90-some cousins, a half brother, and a sister who's never even seen me. They'll be like freaking explaining who Boo was in freaking Monsters Inc. Oh, she's my cousin's sister's cousin's friend's baby or whatever. It's like, all right, yeah, sure. It's like, yeah, no, I'm like your 17th cousin on your mom's side, but like from her grandpa or something. Like it'd be some weird shit. It's like, okay, that's cool. I don't care. And then what would end up happening too is that you get people who like who you do regularly talk to, and they would just like they'll be like, oh, you don't want to share any of your money? Well, shoot, screw you too. And you're like, what the hell? We were fine. Why is it now that I have money all of a sudden I'm a jerk? I'll give you $20. Don't ever talk to me again. But yeah, that's what I was gonna say though. Like my one buddy, the one guy I still talk to from high school. Actually, yeah, no, I wanted to see what our streak was, because he's the only person I actually care about having a streak on a Snapchat with. He's the only one I have a streak with. Our streak is at 1,216, which I feel is pretty good. It's pretty solid, right? I think it's pretty neat. Like if I won the lottery, like I think the only thing he really do is he would just like, I mean, he'd just send me a Snapchat picture like any other day, and he'd just be like, so, what do you? He's like, so like, what do you plan on doing with all that? And I'll just be like, I don't know. And I would joke and just be like, just coke and hookers, like who knows? And then he'd be like, all right, cool. Looking forward to seeing you on TV when you get arrested. And be like, hell yeah, dude. I would move out of state, just tell people I got a job somewhere else. Oh yeah, because you live in Cali, I think. Yeah, like Cali, like yeah, like if you had the means of doing that, dude, move like just somewhere out in the Midwest. Don't like take a bus, like dude, sell your car and all that other stuff. You don't want people to know you come from California. Just go by bus, go move to the Midwest, buy a house with cash or something, and then just get a decent car, and then just start working again, and just be like, this is my life now. Probably move out of the country. I don't know, the U.S. has been nice for me. I don't think I can really complain all too much. I know people have their complaints, but I've been okay. I would probably still stay here. And like when I say here, I mean here. This place isn't bad. The wife likes the area a lot. It actually is. It's pretty solid. I can't really complain too much about it. Like it's got a nice park around it. I mean, like it's got like the bakery and the butcher shop that's like down the road from us. The people there are super nice. Like they actually, like we've been going there so often over the last like year or so, they actually recognize us now. Like when they see me come in alone, they're like, oh, she's not here today, and I'm like, no. They're like, all right, well, what's she telling you to get? And then I'll be like, because like she knows what to get like meat wise, because I'll just kind of like I know what I want to get, but I want to make sure she's cool with what we get too. But like when it comes to like the bread and other stuff, like or like a dessert or something, that's me. I'm like, oh no, we're gonna both like this. Like this is the shit. I just really like Switzerland. Dude, I gotta. Every time I hear Switzerland now, I always want to watch that Piemation. If you guys have seen the How to Be Cool video, oh, so fucking good. I'm gonna rewatch those before I go to sleep tonight now. Damn it, Totodile, you're supposed to be shiny. We've been doing this for 2.5 hours now. Making me look bad. After living in Cali my whole life, I want somewhere chill and quiet. Dude, I mean, and like, what, I mean, like Ohio's fine. And like, you can even go somewhere, like, just go, like, you know, like, on the outskirts of, like, Cleveland or something. Just go, and, because, like, Cleveland actually has, like, a decent amount of stuff to do that's pretty nice. Like, Lake Erie is nice if you're into, like, fishing and stuff. And then there's even, like, other smaller lakes and stuff you can go to. But they also have, like, if you're into rock and roll. Gen Alpha kind of ruined Ohio. I haven't had any issues with it, really. I mean, like, dude, there's always work for me. Like, anywhere I want to go, like, because, like, for me, like, I like sticking to, like, aviation. What? Dude, I don't know what Ohio you've been, like, what you're looking at. I mean, there's, like, kids who say that, sure, but, like, no, it ain't that bad. But I'm happy with current living situation. I just wish it wasn't Cali. Dude, we had a guy, like, with the money that he was making, and he was making good money, too. Like, for what he could afford while he was over there, he ended up having what they called it a studio apartment, but he's like, it practically was a shed. I did not have my own yard. I had to, he's like, I didn't have my own yard. I didn't have my own driveway. And to get to my house, I had to go through somebody else's fence and yard and driveway to get to where I lived. And he's like, and that house wasn't shared by the same landlord. This was just like the guy owned this little tiny building practically in somebody else's yard, and he just lived there. And that's because like that's what he could afford, even though he was making good money. Like it was so nutso where he was at. It was. And then he was like, so like he only knew like that's like how like he had lived in Cali like all of his life, so he didn't understand like when he was coming to Ohio, and they were like, yeah, we're not paying you that same amount that you were making in Cali, and he started like he was like, oh my gosh, are they gonna fuck me? Like, am I gonna be homeless? Like what do I do? And then he actually moved here, and then he like saw like what the cost of living was, and he was like, oh, okay, yeah, what I was making over there would have been excessive. He's like, that actually makes sense. Like he still lives like comfortably, like he's not doing bad at all. But like, yeah, he very much is like, he's like, yeah, like he's like California. He's like, it is nuts when I look back at like how I was living life there and then here. He's like, it is night and day. He's like, it is so much less stressful being here. I just know that the kids say that, and I think it's so stupid. It's funny. I mean, like, I think it's just because I think they say it more so too because like for a little bit Scatman John was like getting like memed a little bit just because like listening to his music, even though I not ironically actually love listening to like Scatman John and then Scatman's World. Like Scatman's World is probably one of my favorite songs by him, but because like the way he does that stuff is that I mean like Skibbity is like one of the things he said. That's the only reason I can think of like why people have like thought of that phrase specifically. That's because see, oh yeah, dude, it is. Yeah. And do you know how much like and like dude, we were renting a three bedroom house with a basement. And it wasn't like a huge house, but like 3 bedrooms and a basement. We were renting it for $900 in 2020. And then between then and 23, it went up by $35. Which we were still able to do that no problem. And the guy actually felt like he gave us a notice like a few months out saying that it was gonna go up, and apparently, like, a lot of people did not have that courtesy. Like, they were apparently bumping up their rent, and they weren't telling them. So, like, the fact that we said it, and somebody was like, "Wait, they told you guys? That must be nice." And I was like, "But yeah, they don't tell you guys?" And they were like, "No." Like, somebody was like, "I was doing it so blindly, like, I didn't know that my rent had actually gone up until like 3 months after." I was like, "Oh, that's just, you just need to pay attention. I don't know what to tell you about that." Oh yeah, no, I do. I definitely have heard of like the whole skibbity toilet thing. That shit's bonkers. I'm okay without that in my life. I think I've only ever heard that stuff ever being referenced if it's being made fun of. I have never unironically seen anything by that, and I don't want to, because I don't want my recommendations to get jacked up, and then all of a sudden that's all I'm seeing. Like, I like getting my House MD clips. Like, I like getting my house clips. I like occasionally seeing I mean, I've been binging Lonely Goomba. I mean, I like seeing shoot, what's the other thing? Like, I mean, like, I've also been lately getting to like, yeah, $35 rent increase, add a zero to that, and yeah, disgusting. Yeah, we did not do that. So yeah, like a 3-bedroom, like with a basement, was $900 a month. That was in Ohio, and it was in an area that's not bad. Actually, we're literally in the same area still, but like, it was not bad at all. Like, I know, like there was one dude, he was telling me about how like, he played it smart. What they ended up doing was like, one of the guys I was in with, he was in Japan with me. Him and his wife were from New York, and her family still lived in New York, and she lived with her mom. And when you're married, the money that you earn, because you're making money for you and your spouse, it's based off of what your home residency is. So, like, for him, he was stationed in Japan, but she was still living in New York with her mom, so she wasn't paying like rent or nothing. And so they're like, okay, well, your income's gonna be based off of New York, which is pretty freaking good. So he was like, and so like, when, you know, he would go out and do stuff, and he didn't have to worry about like going out and buying stuff. And somebody was like, "Man, how are you making E3 pay and you can just go out like almost every weekend and get what you want?" He's like, "Dude," he's like, "my wife lives in New York. I live in the barracks here. She lives with her mom. All that money we're making, literally, like, she just buys her own food." And then she's like, I think he said she was doing school or whatever, and was like, I forget, she had some like income benefits, whatever, from that whole thing too. Like, dude, they were smart. So he's like, "Yeah, for my first entire enlistment, literally all we did was just save money." He's like, "That was my entire first enlistment, was just saving money." I actually just watched a video from Lonely Goomba earlier. Dude, he randomly popped up on my feed, or in my recommend or home or whatever it is. And originally, I mean, I saw like one, and I was like, I don't think I'm gonna watch it. But then it was his, I think it's his Donkey Kong Country 1 or 2 video that came up. Hold on, let me look. I can see every single version of Donkey Kong Country. Like, that one with him, with just like the angry face with him with or he's with Candy in that pile of bananas, and it's just that like super angry face looking at DK. I kept seeing that. I think I saw that face like twice, and I was like, okay, I love looking at that. I gotta see what this guy is about, and I fucking love him. I watch it, dude. I love the DK. Yeah, that like because like, if you look on his posts, he has a or whatever. I have the like the picture of him getting shot out of K-Rool's cannon or gun or whatever you call it. Like, I have like just a picture of like the Goomba. I have that as one of the emojis in my server now. Oh, I freaking love it. I'm about to start grinding on some Chanseys. I'll still be here, but less vocal. Alright, I mean, hey, whatever you're into, Renegade. I mean, I usually like to save my party in for Fridays and Saturdays, but I mean, hey, you can party on a Monday. Out there grinding on Chanseys. Crazy. Oh hell yeah! I'll do this. The Delibird minigame from Stadium 2. Good shit. The blunderbuss. Dude, yeah, no, like I've been like super into his stuff. I think I've mostly watched like all of his videos now. In like the span of like almost a week now. It's just so good. I'm a lonely Goomba stuck between two pipes. Well, I guess I'll keep on gaming for the rest of my life. Fucking love it. Like it's just and like that theme song alone, I was just like, oh nope, I'm gonna binge this guy's stuff. He is so good, and he does exactly what he wants to do. His humor is still good. It very much he's got his personality there. It's intact, always has been. Even watching his older stuff, I'm like, this guy has. He's definitely like he's adapted to what it is he wants to do, but it's still very much like him. Like it's not changed drastically enough, where it's like like some channels you watch after like even like after like 3 or 4 years, like the way they end up doing their stuff, and you're like, oh, I don't like. They're like you're like this is not even the same channel anymore, but like that guy has just only ever made improvements to what it is he does, and it's phenomenal, inspiring maybe even. Might even say inspiring. Do I still have all eggs? I do. The Chansey exploit by the fairy base in Violet? Chansey exploit fairy base Violet. Oh, yeah. I cannot escape the Chansey joke. But yeah, no, that's... Yeah, I do like how there's all those Chanseys there. Dude, that is so nice. I don't know, I usually just end up having because I'm like for Gen 9, I think there was almost like 6 months or so, almost a year straight, where I was just always doing 5-star and above raids. I just have candies for days. I don't have to grind on any lines like that. Make a ham sandwich and they're everywhere. Dude, true that. Sorry, I don't want that on the table. That's going to make a lot of noise for y'all. Oh my goodness. Where are you, Totodile? Where are you? And I'm so sorry. Damn it, Totodile. Come on, Totodile. Be cool. Be cool. Oh, yeah, wait. I think he actually had an egg available for me. Hell yeah, he did. Hell yeah. Alright. I'm gonna stop ignoring. I'm gonna ignore. Actually, you know what? Oh, shoot. It's 8:43. You know what? I probably should actually... I prefer this way because you can sell the Happini dust and get massive amounts of LP. Oh. I didn't know that. I always never think about that, too. Like, actually selling those items. It never comes to my mind to do that. Also, Happini dust? Why do they choose Happini dust? Kind of odd. Huh. I think I remember, and I forget what it is that I've sold before, but yeah, no, like I don't know why it's like dust, like unless it's like grit from like the only thing I can imagine it's like grit from the pebble that it carries. Thank you for your waiting. Pokemon fully healed. We hope to see you again. So, I am going to save. Well, I'm going to save here. I'm going to see what our. I'm going to see what Togetic's happiness is looking like. I'm probably going to end up switching out Togetic. Or I'm going to double sit. Oh no, I did save. Okay, you know what? You know what? I want to double save. I'm one of those, man. I'm a paranoid player. I will save to save, save, save. I am about that life. Gamer save the game. 8 hours and 10 minutes. All that time now being added just for that. My goodness. That's craziness. I always double save too. That's just the life that I am about. And you demolish that. Oh my gosh. Renegade, that is so sad. My goodness. Oh yeah. Look at Damien. He's pink now. Is that pink? That's pink, right? Oh, hold on a second. Let me... Hang on a second. I want it so you guys can actually see every... Oh, hold on. No, actually not this. This. Do that. Now we'll do this one where I do... And begin, which if people know what that is, good for you. That's from a TV show. And then make it a little smaller. Yeah, okay, so you guys can see all that stuff now. So, maybe fuchsia? Yeah, I don't know what it is. But yeah, that's Damien. And we got Silver, the Chikorita. I cannot wait until this thing is all big and strong. Hold on a minute. What is my Bellsprout? Hold on a second. Hold on a second. Hold on. Wait, you're that. You're male. Hang on a second. I want to check. I want to check something. Chikorita. I want to look and see what egg group Chikorita's in. Because if Chikorita's in the same egg group as Bellsprout, I can make one Bellsprout with Razor Leaf. Because Silver's male, I think it can give Razor Leaf to Bellsprout. Grass and Monster. Okay. Okay, so Bellsprout is in it. This is good. Let me check. At least I think it can work that way. I can test it off screen or something. But I think I actually might be able to do that. Egg move. Okay, maybe not. Because it says egg moves are Encore, Leech Life, Reflect, Swords Dance, Synthesis. No. So the moves that glow, so everything that's glowing is an indication of it being Gen 2. That's why I like Damien. Damien has nothing about him that is Gen 2. But Cleffa is in itself is a Gen 2 Mon, and then it also has Charm. But that's why I like Bellsprout, even though I caught it in Crystal. It's got everything that makes it fun enough so you can trade it with like Gen 1 games. I don't know if breeding the Bellsprout with Chikorita will give it Razor Leaf, but it would give it Reflect. So I might test that out. Not that I would want it to keep Reflect. It doesn't have... If it had Synthesis, that's another move that I would have been able to give it. Like I said, worst case scenario also, I mean, it's just... We just keep it with... Yeah, I think we might end up just keeping... I mean, well, like I said, I'll try like one Bellsprout with Silver. Better off letting Bellsprout learn later on his own. That's what I'm thinking also. And like I said, I mean, it's only till... And it's not level 36. It's level 37 for Bellsprout. Look, we got my Mossy Rock. He's going to be awesome. And yeah, so this is going to be the Bellsprout we're going to use for that whole thing too. And then yeah, so we'll have all of these eggs. Whoa, it looks so pale. Oh, the spot's kind of like a yellowish color. It's not black. Wow, its colors change so freaking much, but that looks like ghostly white. Hold on, let me see. Let me go to my other Togetic, because we can actually compare the two. Or actually, no, they're in box 9, I think. What box do I have you in? Because I know I still have my level 72. There it is. Okay. Wow, look at that difference. So that's what it looks like here. And then that is so much paler. Oh my goodness. But yeah, you can kind of like see at the bottom too, like the difference between the two. It's so much brighter when it's shiny. Oh my gosh. It is so bright. Goodness gracious. Oh yeah, these were some of my other mons that I had too. There's the other shiny Ditto I have, which I actually think because I'm breeding the Totodiles with that other Ditto, because of how like the whole math and stuff, or how it like treats what's up, you know, what was your parent or not. I actually think the game would confuse this Ditto with the other one that I have, and I don't believe like the Totodiles that came from my level 100 Ditto would actually be able to breed with this. At least I'm pretty sure that's how that would work. But yeah, I don't know. There's so many other mons that I gotta do stuff with, so we'll quit here. But yeah, I want to look and see how friendly. Look at that. Togetic already has max happiness with us. Isn't that nice? So we can actually, and you know what? If you guys have never, we do this. Let's go. This. So we can actually do this. So let's do, we can do use item. Item for, we have 5 returns. I am going to get rid of Growl. Bam. Move learned. Isn't that fun? Return gonna hit, dude, return's gonna hit hella hard. But yeah, so for now, Togetic's got Headbutt, Charm, Return, and Metronome with that excellent happiness, which means it is literally peak. It's not gonna get any better than that. I mean, those are its stats, and then yeah, we got eggs for everything else. But we're gonna save and quit. If you guys had a super awesome time hanging out here, I appreciate it if y'all leave likes. And I don't think I'll be on tomorrow, but if I'm on tomorrow, it would more than likely be something like Animal Crossing, because it would probably be with the wife. And she actually did want to come back for it. She had a really good time doing that with everybody. So yeah, we're doing that. So yeah, appreciate y'all's feedback. And then, like I said, if I don't see you tomorrow, I'll see you Wednesday. And Wednesday is going to be Mario Party. And that'll be starting at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard. Which would be like 4 Central, if that works better for y'all. Some people like Central Time. But yeah, I'm going to end off with this music, and I will see you guys later on. Yeah, appreciate y'all hanging out too. Y'all saying thank you to me, but I should be saying thank you to you. You guys are making this fun and worthwhile to come out here. So yeah, I'm going to see you guys later. Yes. And yeah, remember, so like, yeah, Wednesday, 5 p.m. Mario Party. And it's gonna be with 3 other people. Hell yeah. See y'all later. See y'all Smash, Renegade. And then for all those lurkers out there, we'll see you later too. Don't know who all it is, but peace out, Cub Scouts.